Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Hare Krishna. The link's in the comment section there, so it's in the comments. You should see it. Let me know if you don't. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna. The link is in the description there for people to come on if they want. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna. So anyway, there's if you notice, I put some photos, and their photos, they come from the actual videos. You can get programs and you can snap photos from your computer and different things. I like that. And also cutting some of the excerpts out of persons reading in ecstasy. This is what the world needs to see. The Vaishnavas need to see more of that, and they won't look over the 3-hour videos. So if anybody wants to, if you want to really help out here in this preaching, is to show what's the fruit of what's going on here in the videos. Cut out parts of the videos, the snap pictures, show the beautiful, but show the pictures in ecstasy, devotees' union in uniting with Krishna, with the Lord through their readings, through their chanting. So, this can be done. So if anybody's having trouble fixing their minds, do that service and it'll be great. It'll be wonderful. People will respond because this is what they're looking for, even though they may not know it. This is attaining Krishna through association with those who've attained Krishna, this mercy. So anyway, there's a service there for people. Figure out how to do these things. YouTube videos, everything is out there. Whoever's inclined can do that. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare. It's probably a good thing for Tom to do, actually. It'll fix your mind, get it steadied, by that kind of service, and it'll increase your ecstasy too. Or anybody else who feels they want to do something important like that. Practical, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna. Prabhupada was very good at engaging people in practical service. That's why the movement is still around. Or something is, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Rama. Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Rama. How come nobody's up here? What's going on? Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Rama. I put the links in the Krishnas and stuff like that. Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Rama. I'll put the link again in the comments here. Okay. Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. 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 Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, 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 Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasari Gora Bhaktivinoda. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasari Gora Bhaktivinoda. Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita Gadadhar, Shivasari Gaura Bhaktavinda, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Sri Advaita, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, 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 Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Nityananda, Nityananda, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya, Sri Krishna Chaitanya. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Haribo there. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama. I think you're muted there. You can unmute yourself. Krishna Krishna Hari Hari.
I've just unmuted it.
Great. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Rama Hari Hari Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Today is the appearance day of Nityananda. We don't have to wait. Chant his name, and if you feel his ecstatic presence, he's here. Nityananda. I already felt him here. He appeared already. Nityananda. People go their whole lives and only see the external appearance. Nityananda. This is why you need sadhu sangha, man. Get the appearance of the Lord every day. Why wait, huh? Right, Nityananda? Why wait, man? Every day. Jesus. Why wait for tomorrow even? People wait a whole year. Tomorrow's appearance. Well, he's already appeared. Thanks for telling. I should have mentioned it before. Today's the appearance day of Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, and any other name we chant with ecstasy and intimacy. Otherwise, we wouldn't get ecstatic. It's only them that do it. It's only their presence that causes the ecstasy. That's who they are. Isn't that who they are? Nityananda was a personification of ecstatic love. Lord Chaitanya also, when they appear here in these empty temples, then they become filled with the presence of the Lord, the living God. Yeah, man. Yeah. We call them, luckily they come every day by good fortune. Otherwise it'd be empty as many temples are nowadays. Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. When they're here, it's a big devotional party, man. How am I doing? As long as the Lord appears, I'm doing fine. Nityananda. Nityananda. Let's get more. Let's celebrate his appearance. Nityananda, Nityananda. Come here and just make us blissful. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. Nityananda, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya. See, most people, they celebrate Nityananda's appearance day, but they don't really like him. They don't know who he is. And they don't. They're celebrating Nityananda's appearance day, but they don't really like them, because if they did, they would like his representatives, who are manifestations of ecstatic bliss, like him. Because they welcome him. We welcome the blissful manifestation of the Lord. If people don't do that, then it's like it's kind of a bit hypocritical.
Yeah.
Nityananda, his appearance day, great, and then his representatives come here, represent that ecstatic bliss. Oh, well, no, we don't like that. Well, no, that's Sahaja. Oh, but Nityananda. What is this? You guys don't know who you're worshiping. We do. Hey, man, you want to really celebrate Nityananda's appearance day? Come here and see. Radha, Krishna are dancing here every day. In the devotees' hearts, man. That's why I put up the videos, man. Give people the real darshan, man. That's why I encourage people. Put up the videos, man. Make it. Look what's going on here, man. Put up videos, put up the pictures. These pictures are better than the most beautiful demigods in the world, is where the Lord has accepted his residence here in our Sangha. And there's people don't even pay any mind. Come on, man. Wake up. Put these pictures of Krishna's appearance in the hearts of the temples of Lalita Ganga, Johan, Christina in full bloom. Look at this. Jesus Christ appears him, and you don't put any mind putting his stuff up. Cut these things out. Take his pictures in ecstasy. What do they do in this world? They go and take pictures of Lady Gaga. This Lady Gaga, this demon-possessed person. Can you imagine? All these presidents that they make, they glorify them. What about us? You should be glorifying people, snapping pictures on the videos, man, of these people in ecstasy. It's the most beautiful thing in this universe. It's better than any of the demigods that don't have that. And people paying in no friggin' mind here. Hey, wake up there, Tom. Sleepyhead. Where is he? There he is. Are you woke up? Are you awake yet? Bang. We're banging. Is this too much truth for everybody out there? No, it's going to get more truth. We're going to make it more clear what's really going on in this world now. New kids have come into this town here.
New kids on the back tee. New kids on the back tee with the Shakti.
Lady Gaga.
Bam, 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 Daksha.
Snapping Lady Gaga. Should be snapping Lady Lalita Ganga, and Christina in ecstasy, and Johan in ecstasies. Whoever's in ecstasy, Govinda, waving his hands around. These pictures are priceless, man, because the Lord is there. See, that's proof the Lord likes his glorification.
Go on.
Yeah, and that service you do of transcribing, when it's like the prasadam, it's the remnants. It's powerful. When you transcribe it, when you cut and paste it, you get stoned. So do it, please. And it helps so much. Now Jocelyn is making so many videos, it really helps and contributes to the Sangha.
Show people what this is reality. This is real.
Yeah, man.
And
if
go ahead.
If you're feeling down, that service will help you. It will uplift you, bring you into the word of Guru, the word of Guranga, It really will. It does me every day when I do those services. So
yeah.
please do it if you're feeling down.
That,
Otherwise,
yeah. I mean, Lord Chaitanya showed this example. He folded the devotees' clothes. You know, he did service. He said service, and they said, "No, what are you doing this for?" He says, "Well, I want Krishna. You have the power to give Krishna, so I'm serving you." You know, and that's how he got Krishna. He showed by a personal example. You serve the devotee, you serve the sangha here, you know, and you're going to get ecstatic from that. That's the procedure. Do more practical service, otherwise you'll walk around kind of, you know, stoned on just confusion. You know, people say, I'm confused. Get off your ass and do some service. You know, yeah, do something. You know, you got to do something. Anything anyway. Do something practical. You know, snap some pictures, put them up there. Show that you are behind Krishna. This is Krishna. This is what the Lord Chaitanya was like this. He said, Murari, Gupta, you're sitting on your ass, man. You're not preaching. Here, you know, you recognize, you know, the incarnation of Godhead. You're not telling anybody. You're not showing anybody. You're not teaching anybody. Yeah. You recognize there's your responsibility. You know, otherwise I don't care about you. 10 million lifetimes before I'll see you again.
Show.
Yeah, you know, get out there, do a little something. Otherwise you walk around spaced out.
Stoned on confusion.
Yeah. You know.
Don't want to be like.
No. Yeah. Man, this is what's really going on. I'm telling you the truth, man. Lord Chaitanya is here. I'll tell you in the past, the books all say that, man. They say, you know, Lord Chaitanya told...
you see him every day.
Yeah. Lord Chaitanya told Srivas, he said, you know, they threw you out of the class because Devananda Pandit couldn't recognize that the Lord was there in the darshan of your temple because of that ecstatic devotion that you were feeling. See, the Lord's telling you the truth in the book. Okay? And he said, yeah, and then when they kicked you out of the class because they couldn't appreciate, they're going Krishna this, Krishna that, but they don't like Krishna. They don't know Krishna. They threw you out. And Krishna came and gave them darshan through your temple of your heart. From in you, they could see Krishna. Otherwise, they can't see Krishna, and they throw you out. See? And then I came. You were reading Srimad Bhagavatam, and you started weeping. That was me. I came to you out of the spiritual world. I came into your heart and made you weep. There you go. That's the truth. You see that going on all day. And nobody comes. Those ISKCON people, they don't come. Gaudiya, they don't give a shit that the Lord is here every day. That's how much they love the Lord. Where are they doing anything like this? Where are they able to call the Lord and the Lord comes? And they say, well, we don't want to show that. Oh, well, thank you very much, world. Oh, you're really doing a big favor for the world. Not now. It's been ordered that show the Lord now. It's been ordered. Prabhupada said, has my approval. Doing exactly what I want you to do. Do more of that. Yeah, we're going to show the Lord. We're going to make people understand what the presence of the Lord means in this world. You know, how do you know when God is here? See, we're here to uncover that transcendental presence of the Lord. See, because we've uncovered it and we welcome it. Well, when the world begins to realize the importance of welcoming this, then deliverance is here for them. And not only just for you guys who are recognizing it. See, you're getting delivered. And proof is, those who, Brahma says in Srimad Bhagavatam, those who evince the symptoms of ecstasy are promoted to the kingdom of God. That's you guys, man. Where else is that? Who is that going on? Any symptoms of ecstasy that you see visibly in your eyes in any of those gurus? Because if they don't have them, they're not going. The Bhagavatam says, and I just repeat, am I saying my own opinion or Lord Brahma's opinion? I happen to like his opinion. He's an authority. So it gives me great inspiration to put his opinion on topmost. And not these other, these guys are gurus because we have a checklist, that doesn't agree with anything in the book, but just our ideas of what a good guru should be. It ain't good enough. It's got to be as it is in the scriptures.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. So don't get me riled up. You know how I get. I get a little crazed, a little passionate about the truth. Haribo, Jai, great ecstasy. Oh, well, great. Glad you feel that way. Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, 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 Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna. Yeah, thanks for bringing that up there, Srila Gauri. It was a great lead-in to important conversation. Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna, Hare Rama. This is like St. Paul. St. Paul was like that. He said, there's no special days now because every day is a special day. Every day is the day of the Lord. Every day, that's the whole purpose is to, the beginners is, okay, this day is this appearance day of this devotee, this appearance day of this devotee. See? But you don't really go, it's just a kind of a ceremony. And you don't really know that devotee. If you did, you'd be a pure devotee. You'd be ecstatic. See? Wouldn't you like? Wouldn't people like to every day have a celebration of the appearance day of the Lord and all his devotees? Because when Lord Chaitanya appears, all the devotees appear. All of them. Because they're all in him. Everything, every incarnation is in Lord Chaitanya, Jesus Christ included, Lord Shiva included. That's why he's here. Mm-hmm. Govinda's here. He knows Lord Shiva's included in Lord Chaitanya. Everything, the most amazing incarnation, that everything is included. How do we know? Yeah, because the Lord showed it even. And then he'll show you like he's shown me and others. You worship the Lord. What need is there for any other worship? Because they're all in him. Yeah. That's how deep it is. And then you can worship all. But by having a relationship with Lord Chaitanya, you have a relationship with all of them because he does. We get what he has. Like father, like son. You want to be the son of Lord Chaitanya? That'd be great, huh? You want to be the son of Lord Chaitanya? Not just the son of God who you don't know very well? The God that's everywhere? How about the son of Lord Chaitanya, the son of Mother Sachi? Ah, now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting complete realization of the absolute truth. That's what's going on here. You can become the son of Mother Sachi. The friend of the son of Mother Sachi. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna Hare Hare. You know, people are in fear. Even devotees, Vaishnavas still have fear. You know why? Because they don't worship ecstatic devotion and in the sangha of ecstatic devotees. Because if you come here, Krishna will take all that fear away because he's not afraid. And he is this, the more we receive the truth. See, the truth is Satchidananda. Okay? The more you receive that truth and believe in that, then all fear goes because it's replaced with ecstatic devotion. See, it's just about tuning in. See, like you tune a guitar into a certain notes, right? See, so this is the God vibration. See, is the ecstatic worship. And then all fear will be taken away. See, people don't believe in this. They don't receive this vibration. Therefore, they're receiving the vibrations of those who have not realized the truth. That's called religion. Religious leaders who don't manifest this vibration in their temples. The temples of their bodies are temples. See? This vibration is very strong. Takes away all your ignorance. See, takes away all your fear, gives you real knowledge, everything. See, you want to get out of fear, anybody? Any Vaishnavas out there? You want to get out of those fears that you feel, or or that ignorance that you're experiencing? Well, you come here and you'll know what I'm talking about. Because this here, there can't be any fear when ecstatic devotion is around and you believe in it. See? And you believe it because you'll see the results more and more. You know, see the results on the examples here. Yeah. Those who are becoming ecstatic, man, look how their lives become more beautified by it. Those who like to hear glorification of the truth, the absolute truth as it is. See? Satchidananda, glorification. You know, if me glorifying any the rules and regulations and mandates and ceremonies, man. No, why? We go right to the essence. Glorify the truth uncovered as it is. See? Jarasandha was glorifying in Srimad Bhagavatam. Jarasandha was glorifying the rules and the regulations of worshiping Vishnu. See, the mandates of being honest even and never lying. See, but he was caught in a big lie anyway. See, because he didn't receive Satchidananda Krishna. And he was ultimately destroyed because he didn't accept the ecstatic Krishna from Vrindavan. Like we see, we're everybody who accepted Krishna from Vrindavan got all these boons and blessings and everything. The same thing here. You know, what are we delivering? We're here representing ecstatic Krishna, the path that Lord Chaitanya represented. He came here by example and accepted the path of ecstatic love from his ecstatic guru. Well, hey, man, that path is here again. And you want blessings? You want to get fearless? You want to be bold? You want to be out of illusion? You want to, see the true nature of these hypocrites and liars and cheaters in religion and in the world, so you can overstep those obstacles and not be bewildered by them and the sentimentality of the world? Okay, well, that's how you do it, man. You got to accept the gift of ecstatic devotion when it's coming to you wholeheartedly. Not I sort of accept here, and then I accept these other misrepresentatives of the Supreme Satchidananda. They don't even know what it is. See, there's your fear, man, is lack of understanding. Yeah, you see, you got to see the ecstasy. Okay? It's shown here in this Sangha by various devotees where it's blooming stage. Fruits, the fruit of ecstatic love is manifest. And then you got to hear the preaching about it, glorifying it. See, that's the chit. Chit knowledge is the essence of the truth. That's what you're hearing. Chit knowledge. Glorifying that ecstatic union, you see. Sometimes we're out of our mind, like Paul taught. St. Paul said, sometimes we're out of our minds because of God, that, the ecstasy of being absorbed in it. And sometimes we're in our right mind, teaching very logically, with discrimination, with clarity. That truth, glorifying that, because that's the way. See, that's the ultimate truth, man. That's the experience of being saved from this material illusion. People just don't know this stuff, If they would come and listen to classes and understand how to take shelter of Krishna, this is how to surrender to Krishna. You learn what is Krishna. Satchidananda. What's the difficulty? You just need to hear it from a person that knows that well, that is surrendered to that. You got to become an example of surrendering to Satchidananda. You got to like the glorification of the absolute truth. You got to like the manifestation of it when it comes, and welcome it and pray for it. That's called Raganuga Bhakti. See, you're praying for this ras to enter your heart, this communion with the Lord. See? Praying for it when you're chanting. Lord, come on, man. I don't want to be one of these dry chanters doing my 16 rounds. I want this I want the Holy Spirit, man. I want the spirit of devotion that reveals the truth about you, gives me intimacy with you, attracts you. The only thing that attracts you is devotion, pure devotion. I want that. That's why I'm here. My guru and his friends, his intimate friends, have this. I want that. Okay? That's our preaching. And these big gurus, man, big gurus sitting on high seats, thousands of disciples, they have no desire like that. Therefore, they don't get it, but you do. Whoever's got that desire. They don't get it. And all they get is a big position for this life. And then when they pass from this body, they see what they really are. This is their second chance. They get a chance before they have to kick the bucket and find out what they did was just a bunch of false ego stuff. Oh, I'm a big guru, man. Look at all my foolish followers, man. Neophyte followers. They don't know any better. I don't know any better. And then when we die, we find out, well, we really both, we're blind, leading the blind. Okay? Here's a chance to wake up. Truthful preaching. Preach the truth. Okay? Why do we do this? Because we can do it. Because the Lord has ordered it. Because the Lord has given us this jewel. See? The jewel to know better. It's just like in the world, people are lying. They're liars are taken control of the world. Hypocrites, big liars, big mode of ignorance, man. Dastardly liars, murderers have taken over the world, man. Legal murderers, liars, hypocrites. They're controlling everything. They've been working on this, and the Lord has allowed it for a time. Only a time. See? And a lot of people don't, they believe them. They believe in liars and cheaters and everything. Therefore, they get the result. They're all messed up. They're all in fear and panic, afraid of their body. So bodily identification, because they listen to people that have heavy material bodily identification, and they believe them. See? That's why both parties are destroyed. See? So you gotta, you want to transcend that? You got to learn about the spiritual body. Satchidananda, we're spirit, man. Who we really are is spirit. This material body's like a glove. We slipped into the glove. The spirit has slipped into the glove. Now we're slipping out of the glove. So we can, who likes to, do you want to live in a glove all the time there, Tom? Or do you like to slip out of the glove? Ecstatic worship is like slipping out of the glove, man.
I want more room for bhakti.
Yeah, right. Good. Yeah, Narendra, Sohan's on the same page. Great. Yeah, even Advaita said that there, Johan. He said that when Lord Chaitanya was glorifying Advaita Charya, and Advaita is told the real position. Hey, there's millions of Advaitas in you, there, Lord Chaitanya. Millions of Advaita exist in you. See, in other words, there's an Advaita in all these, the Mahavishnu's expansions in all the universes. It's not just one little universe, man. As big as it is, just one. And millions of Advaitas are in those. Millions of Mahavishnus, Shivas. Okay? And they're all inside Lord Chaitanya. Radha and Krishna, or Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Ram, Hare Rama. It's a great privilege to be here now, to share these things that haven't been shared in a long time. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama. This is what Prabhupada, why he was so ecstatic in his writing. He loved to he made sure he was writing because he was very ecstatic in being in the confidential conclusion. See? And so was Bhakti Vinod. He was very ecstatic, right? He wrote so many things. We haven't translated even half of it. A lot of the stuff has been lost. That because they were so ecstatic being involved in the conclusive understanding that they couldn't preach at that time, that we've been authorized all the way down that disciplic line to speak what no gurus in this world can speak or even dream about. None, zero of them. I have not heard it. And if you have, let us know. A lot of intellectuals out there, intellectually, going around. But this is an empowered, essential understanding of what those acharyas were writing about, but didn't reveal openly. And the Lord has given us that empowerment to share this. See? Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Definitely different, right? This preaching there, Narendra. It's got to be like that. If the Lord is working in you, that because the Lord is the great sage, man. It's the Lord, Lord Krishna. If he's working in you, his opinion differs from everybody else's, except the ones who know that usually hide the real opinion. They hide it inside. See, Bhaktivinoda said in Sri, I'm going to read that book again. You know, it's really great. Sri Krishna Samhita, I'll just give you one of the concepts. Sri Krishna Samhita, generally, he said, generally the Acharya, see, we're not doing a general thing, but generally the Acharyas, Bhaktivinoda included, Bhaktisiddhanta included, Prabhupada included, generally the Acharyas ascertain the confidential truth of the Bhagavatam. And you know what he said? But they keep it for themselves. And they tell you something else. Because it's so confidential, it blows people's minds. It literally blows the mind up. Are you ready for your mind to be blown? Are you ready for your identifications with the mind to be blown? Are you ready for the cover to be blown off? You know, I just got this visualization. You know, those covers on the street, you know, and if they get blown off, you know, what's from underneath comes out. See, what's from underneath in us is Krishna. He comes up from underneath and he blows off the cover. And then you get to see what's down there, you know, or what's up there. We must make a spiritual explosions by chanting. Yeah. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari, Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari, Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari, Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, Hari. Hari Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna.
Hare Rama, Rama. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama.
Hare Krishna,
Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, Hari, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Hari, Hari, Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Hari, Hari, Krishna, Hare. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, Hare, Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, Hari. We can't see you good enough there, Tom. Put your camera over a little bit. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. We want to watch you wash the dishes. It's very interesting. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Hari, Krishna, Krishna, Hari, Hari. Want to see you do your duties here. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, Hari, Hari. Krishna, Krishna, Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, 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 Hari, 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 Rama, Hari Rama. Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, 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 Hari, 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 Rama, Rama, Hari, 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 Krishna, 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 Hari, Rama, Hari, Hari, Krishna. Krishna Krishna Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari 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 Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hari 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 Rama Hari Rama 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 Hari Hari Nityananda Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda Nityananda Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Nityananda 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 Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinda, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita, Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhaktivinda, Shri Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga, 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 Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda, Jesus, Srila
Hare
Prabhupada,
Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Jesus,
Hare Rama,
Srila
Hare
Prabhupada, Nityananda
Krishna, Hare
Gauranga, Jesus, Srila
Krishna,
Prabhupada, Gauranga, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Shri Krishna Chaitanya, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda,
Hare Krishna, Krishna
Jesus,
Krishna,
Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda
Hare
Gauranga,
Hare
Jesus,
Krishna, Hare
Srila
Krishna,
Prabhupada,
Krishna Hare Hare
Nityananda,
Ram, Hare Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare
Jesus,
Krishna, Hare Krishna,
Srila Prabhupada,
Krishna
Nityananda Gauranga,
Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare
Jesus,
Ram, Hare
Srila
Ram,
Prabhupada,
Hare
Nityananda Gauranga,
Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya,
Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga,
Hare Chaitanya, Hare
Jesus,
Krishna Chaitanya,
Srila
Hare
Prabhupada,
Krishna Chaitanya, Hare
Gauranga,
Krishna Chaitanya, Hare Krishna Chaitanya. Oh,
Jesus, Srila
oh.
Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda
Hare
Gauranga,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare
Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga,
Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Ram, Hare Ram, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna.
Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda
Oh,
Gauranga,
Krishna Krishna. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga, Jesus, Srila Prabhupada, Nityananda Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om
Kind of
Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
kind of in this mood. I don't know. Let's try it out here. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya.
Yeah. Jai Srila Prabhupada.
Jai.
Jai Jesus. All glories to all the assembled devotees. Okay.
All the simple devotees.
Narada's instructions on the Bhagavatam by 4 Vyas. This is Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto, 5th chapter. First, was it 1-5? Yeah. First canto, 5th chapter, text number 1. Sutta Goswami said, "Thus the sage among the gods, Narada, comfortably seated and apparently smiling, addressed the rishi amongst the Brahmin Vedavyas." Isn't that amazing? So the sage amongst the gods, the demigods. Isn't that amazing? He was the sage amongst the gods. And all because why? He was an ecstatic devotee. All because he would chant the holy names with great ecstatic devotion, with tears, ecstasy, and all that stuff. He becomes the sage amongst the gods, the demigods, capable of instructing them because of that closeness, that intimacy with God. That's what we're glorifying here. See? You become even respected by the demigods, having that intimacy. And Lord Chaitanya, this amazing incarnation, came to give the gift of that intimacy. Where did that teaching go? Where did that truth go? See? It was covered over for a while. Then it comes, many lifetimes to get that intimacy. That intimacy with the Lord is called prema bhakti, man. It causes symptoms of ecstasy, tears in the eyes, holy laughter, devotion. The Lord is giving that again. It's a revival, simply because we've uncovered that truth. It's like being a miner. When you have the shovel of ecstatic devotion, you can go and mine these jewels, uncover them, and throw them out lavishly to others. That's the purpose of Lord Chaitanya's descent. See? You become a sage amongst the demigods, even. The demigods, my God, this person's an intimate devotee of Krishna. My God, he or she received the gift of Lord Chaitanya. Oh, wow, they really know the truth. Let's go and listen to them. It's so wonderful to hear such talks about such absolute truth that's being hidden in religion, in Vaishnava religion. Oh, because those gurus, they're the only ones, and they don't make gurus. We're here to make gurus. We're here to make acharyas now. It's been ordered by Prabhupada. Make acharyas. Oh, that's no. It's just for Narayan Maharaj and Prabhupada and only these gurus now. And you're always going to be down because they're not up yet. You can't get up either. Look at the miracle in the Sangha here. Their guru is obviously up because the disciples are lifted up to the ecstatic platform. Wow, what a marvel that is. And people still don't recognize. You don't believe in these boastful words? Why don't you believe in the result? That's what Jesus said. Jesus said, you don't believe in my words? Were they too boastful for you? Well, how about the results that God is doing? How about the results God is doing here in people believing this preaching that's very truthful? That works. See, that the Lord says, yeah, you see, this is my hand is upon it because, because people coming and listening and believing and are becoming ecstatic now. Well, you believe my representative? Yeah, he's very different, man. The representative didn't speak. No, nobody speaks like them. Yeah, because nobody speaks like Krishna. Therefore, my representative, nobody speaks like them because I'm speaking through them. And proving it by the awakening of bhakti from this preaching. Yeah, I know it's not very humble, but it's the truth. Truth will set you free. Didn't say, Jesus didn't say humility would set you free. No, the truth will set you free. Lord Chaitanya spoke many truthful things, sometimes humbly, sometimes angrily. The truth is the only in Kali Yuga. It's the only leg here in Kali Yuga is truth. Humility is feigned often, but you can't feign the truth. You can twist it, you can lie about it and everything. That's why it's impotent. It doesn't do what's being done here. Because we don't twist the truth. We present it. We're presenters. The truth is an influencer, not some false ego persons on Facebook being influencers, influencing you more into the Maya, the illusion. No, we influence you into the truth. Satchidananda. So, addressing Vedavyas, the son of Parsha, Narada inquired, are you satisfied by identifying with the body or the mind as objects of self-realization? See, that's Vaidhi Bhakti. See, that's what he was teaching. He was teaching Varnashram Dharma. And Narada Muni's joking. He said, oh, what, you're not satisfied? Of course you're not satisfied. You're not satisfied preaching about rules and regulations to do with your body and how to control the body, and make it do this and make it do that. How to conform it to some material job and all of that. Why aren't you satisfied? Why? Because the Lord ain't satisfied. He should know better, right? He was actually qualified. That's why he knew his heart wasn't satisfied, just staying on that level. See? That's why you look at the faces of the devotees. That's why I say, put the pictures up, man. Show the people in ecstasy. Look how happy they look. You notice that, Tom? How happy the devotees look in ecstasy? Do you see any happiness like that in any of the group over there in your ISKCON temples when they were open? You see any happiness like the devotees like Lalita and Johan communing with the Lord? Any faces with smiles of brightness like that? Now that's happiness. And that Vedavyas didn't have that happiness. Can you imagine? He wrote the Bhagavatam. He didn't have that happiness till he started to go more deeply into this and do and follow the instruction of Narada. Glorify more the truth about Krishna, what he likes, who he is, what he is. Isn't that what we do? This makes people really happy. Okay? And the ones who are very unhappy about this preaching, they're contaminated by the false ego junk. Belief they're legends in their own minds and they know everything about bhakti and know nothing about bhakti. If you know something about bhakti, you be glorifying real bhakti. It puts a big smile on your face. It makes you truly happy in your heart. Your inquiries were full and your studies were also well fulfilled. And there is no doubt that you have prepared a great and wonderful work, the Mahabharata, which is full of all kinds of Vedic sequences elaborately explained. You have fully delineated the subject of impersonal Brahman, as well as the knowledge derived therefrom. Why should you be despondent in spite of all this, thinking that you are undone? See, even in personal Brahman, you delineated all the way up to there. Why are you still feeling unhappy? Isn't that nice that the Lord does that for us? That is mercy, that we're not happy fully in any position, not even Brahman, not even being one with the light, like many people are preaching that are leaders in this world. It's not enough. See, it's not enough. You want to move, you'll eventually need to move on. And you wonder, Lord, how can I move on? This isn't, my heart is still unhappy. Where I'm in, see, Veda Vyas is glorifying the Brahman also. And my heart is still unhappy. See? See, because we need full realization of the absolute truth. See, Satchidananda. See, to be able to relish the personality of Godhead. See, in his transcendental name and pastimes and qualities. See, and teach that. Teach that is the truth. And this is the path to it. Is the devotees who have attained that mercy. Attained that gift. And then you get the gift through them. See? There's no other practical way to do it.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Yeah. When bhakti is going all over the place, yes.
Yeah.
And I want to make it focused, one pointed. Yes. That's what I want. Yes. Not my bhakti all over the place, but one pointed.
Yeah.
So to be specific, where to concentrate the attention, where to concentrate the focus.
Okay, when you say bhakti all over the place, what does that mean?
I'm serving everything that comes along, a mode of goodness, sometimes mode of passion, or mode of ignorance. Everything that comes along, I'm like an amplifier for that.
Yeah.
Well, I want to be should have bhakti.
Yeah.
Concentrated.
Well, you see, when you say bhakti all over the place, no. You're all over the place. That's not bhakti, mode of goodness, or this or that. Bhakti is bhakti. Satchidananda, focus there. Don't focus on the mode of goodness. Don't focus on the mode of passion. Don't focus on those people out there in the Maya fighting or for control, the demigods don't focus on bhakti.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like I'm searching for my name is Bhakta Tom, yes, but I feel there is maybe I have to put a word before, like Prema Bhakta, to focus the Bhakta.
Oh, I see.
Or Krishna Bhakta, or Chaitanya Bhakta, or Nityananda Bhakta. I miss one pointedness, something specific.
Okay. All right. You want a name, in other words.
Yeah, it's not only the name. It's maybe the name is okay, Bhakta Tom, but yeah. I want to be more specific and not all over the place.
Yeah. Well, just focus on ecstasy. Okay. Yeah. Ecstatic worship, and focus on the truth that comes from that. See, so the devotees are there like that, like listen to classes that are focused on ecstatic worship and conclusive truth. So there you go. So why pay the mind of mode of goodness? Just like that person you told me about privately. Okay, that person that you told me about. The insight I got just today is like, well, that person doesn't come to watch anything, doesn't even care about what we're doing. So why should you care? Why don't you just let Maya teach that person? Forget about the mode of goodness and being a what do you call one of these goody two shoes and it's material sentiment. You don't need to follow that path. Focus on bhakti. You just tell, hey man, you're not interested in what you never even showed you even come to the class. Why should I even help you? Go get some help from somebody else out there. That's that you're interested in. You're not interested in what we're doing. You never come to classes. You see, so stuff like that just gets you right out of that. You don't need that. Just stay, okay, I'm focused on bhakti, and you're not obviously you're not caring about what I care about. So why should I do that? Why should I be an assistant for you? in that. No, you should come here and learn bhakti and start to become free. Oh, you're not interested? Well, why are you bothering me? Go bother somebody else. You get the point? This is how you focus on bhakti. Hey man,
Yes,
you're not.
okay.
It's like the apostles of Jesus. Jesus said, "You go out there, give them the message of bhakti." And if they come and say, "Well, I'm not interested in your message and everything," shake the dust off your feet as a warning and move on. Hey, we stay with this message. That's service. That's why I say you need to focus your mind. Well, snap a few pictures of some ecstatic devotees, focus on that and pay it forward and say, this is what's impacting my life. This is what's making me happy. Testify. Yeah, practical. And for anybody else getting unfocused out there, same thing. Focus on what we're doing. What are you focusing on? Like in ISKCON, this is why a lot of people end up, not a lot, but those who do this, they end up, we're into half in the boat of Prabhupada's old preaching of Vaidhi Bhakti and Varnashram Dharma. We're half over there and half over here. And what ultimately happens? Well, hopefully you get more over here in this preaching, because this is the progression. Can you imagine when John the Baptist was preaching rules and regulations, and Jesus was preaching the Holy Spirit? Where did the disciples of John the Baptist go? They went to Jesus preaching the Holy Spirit. Well, that's what should be happening with Vaishnava devotees that came from Prabhupada's group. Because Prabhupada's saying, hey, come over to the ecstatic devotees if you got sufficient intelligence. And hopefully don't keep your feet in two boats, because then you wonder why you're weak. Hey man, we're here. Get behind the progressive preaching. Yeah, get behind. We're here preaching the gift of Lord Chaitanya. Get behind that, and if you do, then you're going to feel empowered, because that makes Krishna very happy, and then you'll be very empowered and happy too. You'll feel it more and more and more, and then you'll understand more and more and more what it's all about. Yeah.
I also feel it has to do with not wasting time and not wasting energy, not spoiling time and energy, but also focus there, focus the energy, focus the time.
Yeah, of course. Stay with this. Focus the energy and time on this, and not all get, like you can feel it too, and you feel all spaced out. Okay. Yeah. So, my Lord, everything that is mysterious is known to you, because you worship the creator and destroyer of the material world, and the maintainer of the spiritual world, the original personality of Godhead, who is transcendental to the three modes of material nature. This is a beautiful verse. This is what all of us, we need to do. We need to worship the creator and destroyer of the material world. See, if you just worship the creator or the destroyer, see, the demons, they worship the destroyer. You notice that? As I've been doing research, I notice that these people, they're worshiping Lucifer and Satan, the destroyer. They like it. They like destroying stuff. See? But that's who they worship. And the others fighting this, they only worship the creator, Brahma, the mode of goodness. See, or even Vishnu. But see, you need to go, well, see, Brahma, he's the creator, but not really. He's not really the creator. He's not really the Shiva or Satan is not really the destroyer. Okay? He's the Lord is. See, when you focus, see, that's where you get focused there, Tom. See, you focus
on the one who is the real creator and destroyer. Even Brahma speaks in that terms. The Lord gives him the inspiration and the understanding to create. Otherwise, he didn't know. Until he realized the creator and destroyer of the universe, who he really was. And everything else is his instrument. Satan or Shiva is the instrument. Brahma is the instrument of creation. That's all. We are just the instrument of the Lord's mercy, right? It's always like that. Jesus said, of myself I can do nothing. This is the symptom of those who worship the creator and destroyer of the universe and the maintainer of the spiritual world. You notice there's no creation. In that glorification, there's no, oh, you created the material, the spiritual world. No. It's always been there and always will be there. See, we worship that God. See, that's the true God. He's the maintainer of the spiritual world. See, and it's the truth that maintains that spiritual world here in us, so that we're living in the spiritual world here because we're of that consciousness. See, the people in the spiritual world understand this truth. And we understand it too. Therefore, we're maintained by the spiritual world and not maintained by the creator or the sub-creators, the demigods, the instruments. See, because that's faulty understanding. It's not clear. It's not the ultimate truth. Go ahead.
Yeah, I for a while I have a question. Huh? I really want to know, to distinguish, and if it's true that Vishnu is the maintainer of the material universe, and Krishna is the maintainer of the transcendental, of the total. Is that a good understanding?
Yes. Yeah. See, yeah, exactly. So Vishnu is the maintainer of the material universe, and Brahma is the creator. See, but they're both instruments for the Lord. Even though Vishnu is considered the Lord, but he in this manifestation, he's the Lord of the mode of goodness. See, Brahma is the Lord of the mode of passion, creation. See, creation, like people, they create passion. I want to create a building. See, you need some passion for that. Otherwise, devotees, they don't care about creating. They don't, building temples is for neophytes, even, because they got all this passion and energy. So the acharyas say, well, go build a temple. Yeah, because they're just building they are the temple. They're just maintaining and expanding their temple in their own bodies. They don't need any external thing. Okay? They are the temple being built and being maintained. See, by their worship, their ecstatic worship. Jesus was like that. He just walked around. He wasn't interested in temples. You notice? He told the lady at the well, you got to go to the temple, worship God. I don't. You got to go on pilgrimage to worship God. I don't. I worship the Lord in spirit and truth. See, that's self-realization. That's what we do here. That's what I do. Yeah, I just turn to make this congregational worship, I turn the camera on and do it. Yeah, turn the camera on and do Ghost and Anandi bhajan. See, the bhajan of the Holy Ghost. See, Ghost and Anandi, great word in Vaishnavism. See, a ghost and Anandi, not bhajan Anandi by yourself. Ghost and Anandi. We're here to worship the Holy Ghost and transmit that to others. The glories of this kind of worship. Ghost and Anandi. Holy Ghost and Anandi. So like the sun, your goodness can travel everywhere in the three worlds. And like the air. So, hey, Tom, can you read a little bit? Or are you just going to be washing dishes?
I can There's Chaitanya Bhagavat I have here, or I can turn on the computer or get something else.
Yeah, turn on the computer and chapter 1 of you can use the database in this.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which book?
Srimad Bhagavatam.
I have the hard copy of that.
You do? Okay.
Yes, it's laying here.
Okay, great.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare.
Yeah, and I'll be right back. Just find the place, database, Srimad Bhagavatam 1:5, and the 7th verse.
Srimad Bhagavatam. Maybe I mixed up. I have here Chaitanya Bhagavat.
No, turn your computer on, man.
Yeah, it's on.
Srimad Bhagavatam.
Yes.
Good. Got some energy going here.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. Srimad Bhagavatam. Why it doesn't start? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Okay, concentrate. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Hare Rama, Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Okay, Srimad Bhagavatam, and then what was it? Canto 5?
No, first canto.
First canto?
Yeah, chapter 5.
Chapter 5.
7th verse.
7th verse. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Hare. Like the sun, your goodness can travel everywhere in the three worlds. Like the sun, your goodness can travel everywhere in the three worlds. Hare Krishna, Krishna, yes. And like the air, you can penetrate the internal region of everyone, yes. And like the air, you can penetrate the internal region of everyone. Like the sun, your goodness can travel everywhere in the three worlds. And like the air, you can penetrate the internal region of everyone. As such, you are as good as the all-pervasive super soul. As such, you are as good as the all-pervasive super soul. Please, therefore, find out the deficiency in me. Please, therefore, find out the deficiency in me, despite my being absorbed in transcendence under disciplinary regulations and vows. I have to turn off my sound. Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna, Krishna Hare Hare. Yes, please therefore find out the deficiency in me, despite my being absorbed in transcendence under disciplinary regulations and vows. Clear. Sri Narada, Shri Narad said, "You have not actually broadcast the sublime and
Wait a second. Read the purport a little bit.
7 purport.
Yeah.
Transcendental realization, pious activities, worshipping the deities, charity, mercifulness, non-violence, and studying the scriptures under strict disciplinary regulations are always helpful.
You know what?
Interesting.
Pious activities, worshiping the deities. Yeah, okay, just go to the next verse. I need to look at that again another time.
I feel it's kind of double, mixed, transcendental and mundane combined in the purport.
Yeah, that's what I don't. Yeah, that's what I see there. Yeah,
I can feel that you are feeling that.
But you know what he said, which I like there, is helpful. See, it's just helpful. It's not it.
Yes, it's like a staircase. It helps until a certain phase.
Yeah,
and then it doesn't help anymore because we are on the next platform.
Yeah, just this first part here, transcendental realization, because that's spiritual. Transcendental is transcendental, you know, so that's it. But the pious activities and worshiping the deity, see, all of that, that's the preliminaries. It's helpful to help towards transcendental realization. But that's what we preach, is how to get that transcendental realization to go beyond the helpfulness of these things, worshiping the deity and doing what do you call Vaidhi Bhakti and Varnashram Dharma and rules and regulations of worshiping the deities and all that is helpful. But it's all leading to this transcendental realization, which comes quickly by associating with a realized soul and hearing the confidential message. I mean, that's what we say over and over again, because that's what Bhagavatam's saying over and over again. You know, look at Veda Vyas. You know, everything he was doing, everything he was writing was leading to meeting Narada Muni. See, who was an ecstatic devotee, who was transcendentally realized. Then he became realized very quickly. He knew he pointed him to the essence of why he was unhappy. We're doing the same thing. Anybody out there, if you're come to the point, see, Veda Vyas had to come to the point of feeling unsatisfied. For a while, he was writing everything and he was still doing it and it was okay. But then there was a point, I feel dissatisfied with this. Is there something more? That's when Narada came. And that's way the people here. Yeah, go ahead. What?
Well, when we are ripe for the upgrade, then we are ripe for the upgrade. And when we are saturated, when we are when it's enough, we want to go to the next step. Then we are ready to go to the next step. We are saturated. We are fed up with those inconclusive platform things.
Yeah.
Yes. When we are ripe for the upgrade, we are ripe for the upgrade.
Yeah. Then Krishna will send you to this kind of preaching. Otherwise, you're there and you just got to get fed up with these gurus who can't really help you very well. If you think, oh, Gurudev, deliver me, but they can't really, you got to see they can't deliver you yet because your heart ain't satisfied with them yet. You know, you can fool people. See, the Maya is always fooling everybody. He's cheating everybody more or less in the world. See, less in the Vaidhi platform, but still there's some cheating there. Yeah, because it's, you know, the persons, usually the gurus haven't realized Krishna, or they've realized Krishna, but they don't give you the confidential truth. So you can also realize Krishna. You're not ready for that. That's what, you know, but now, hey man, it's going out for those obviously are ready. Otherwise, I wouldn't have got the order from Prabhupada. Why would he give the order if people were not ready or getting ready for this? See? So now we're just, you know, showing, hey man, you see what's going on here? Are you ready for this? Yeah, I've been looking for this. I've been waiting for this. Yeah. Sometimes we got backsliders, you know, we got those who were initiated by Prabhupada stuff and they come for a while and then they slide backwards for a bit. They go back to the old way, or they start believing that. Okay, well, go ahead, go back to that and compare it. See how it affects you, and then come back here and then feel yourself bloom again. Go ahead.
Yeah, I like the previous verse. Please, find out the deficiency in me. Yes, and bring me and into that next platform of transcendental platform that is all pervasive. Yeah.
Because you can't sort out the deficiency in yourself alone. All you can do is, I feel a deficiency. What is that? See, so you got to go to the person who has realized that deficiency in their own selves and has rectified it by that's why I say either you've done it in this life or a previous one. Because if you come into this life and you're worshiping Krishna in ecstasy, and then you read these books in ecstasy, you chant the holy name in ecstasy, you got it, man. That's it. You'll be satisfied in your heart. You just continue to do that. But most haven't. So the Bhagavatam is pointing the way for most people. 99.9% of people in religion, in Vaishnavism, all of the camps. You'll if you come to the point saying, well, why I come to Krishna, why don't I really feel fulfilled completely? Well, I'm sorry, your gurus can't do it if they haven't realized Krishna. Your gurus can't do it if they realize Krishna and they don't give you Krishna because, you're not ready. But then in some lifetime, like now, if you're ready, you can get Krishna because we have the preaching that gives Krishna. It's the confidential truth about Krishna. We expose him. We expose this. We're not here holding back or, I'm sorry, I can't show you the ecstasy. It's too beautiful, man. You can't take it, man. I got to hold it back.
They keep you circling around on that level of mode of goodness, or they keep you in this circle. But we want to spiral. We want to elevate.
Yeah. See, just look at that. Prabhupada, Narayan Raj, all of them we're holding it back. Okay, Bhaktivinoda, holding it back. See, hold back the dam. Okay. That's fine because people have to go through a lot of purification often, like here. You gotta, they had a big preaching, mass preaching. You can't deal with all the masses, because they're all going to go through stuff. See, okay, now individually, people one by one, they come and we can deal with this stuff. Because stuff comes out, demons come out of them, man. They're literally coming out, and you got to help them. Oh, don't identify with this. No, exercise these demons out of them. All these modes, the conditionings, all coming out. See? And then there's more room for bhakti. I couldn't handle all these. Could you imagine having masses of devotees coming, and they're all popping, and oh my God, man, it'd be like a madhouse. How are people? See? So individually, gradually, people are coming and getting purified and then adding strength to this preaching. Okay, so therefore, then people can come and get benefit from. We work together as a team, just like Lord Chaitanya. He didn't do it all alone. You notice he had many devotees, Vaishnavas. They worked as a team to preach these truths, and we're doing the same thing.
I feel I can feel in the word by word.
Yeah,
it's more specific. Here it says in the text, please therefore find out the deficiency in me. But I feel in my heart, please get out the efficiency in me. Get it out. Get it out. The inconclusive deficiency. Get it out. I want to not only find it out, but get it out.
Yeah. So Narendra says chanting in ecstasy is beyond all philosophy. But you can't follow that path. If you do, you'll be misled. This is where the sahajas are made. Oh yeah, chanting ecstasy is beyond all paths, all philosophy. No, this is important. This is chit knowledge, man. You need this, man. You need this, because people, they can't relate to just chanting in ecstasy. They think they're doing it, but when they really see devotees chanting ecstasy, they run the other way because they got no philosophy. Like Prabhupada said, emotions without emotions without philosophy is sentimentalism. See? That I need to explain a little bit more. Spiritual emotions without the philosophy behind it, the truth behind it, the chit knowledge behind it, is insanity. People, it's not, but people will think it's insane because you don't see it in this world. It has to be proven. You have to prove logically, clearly, that this is absolute truth and this is wonderful. So you need the philosophy of ecstatic devotion. That's why this book is written. That's why Chaitanya Charitamrita was written, to explain the philosophy of the glories of ecstatic worship. Otherwise, people would have thought him insane. They looked at Lord Chaitanya and many at first thought he was insane. They said he's crazy. But then he proved, and by his devotees came, and together they spoke the philosophy of devotion. So, and that philosophy of devotion, it also is an ecstatic topic. You can become ecstatic also reading this philosophy. The conclusion is chanting. Okay, is chanting. Yeah. Well, the conclusion, but also the devotee is not. But you see, chanting is not just Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna. The conclusion is chanting the holy name. Well, hey, they're all holy names. This is all holy names. It's greatly satisfying to hear. The same thing, Chaitanya Lila is an ecstatic, that is an ecstatic philosophy. Every word is full of ecstasy. You could see devotees when they're absorbed in chanting the verses of Chaitanya Charitamrita. Philosophy is ecstatic. The name, the pastimes, the qualities, and truths of Krishna are ecstatic. Lord Chaitanya, the words, this is very ecstatic, Srimad Bhagavatam. Very blissful. See, so you can't really, it's simultaneously one and different. It has it's like a variety of the varieties of ways to taste ecstatic bliss. Yeah, go ahead there, Tom.
Yes. So I like very much the word by word of verse 7.
Go ahead, read it.
Yeah. It said, Tvam, your goodness, and then your goodness traveling, the sun, light, the three worlds can penetrate into everyone's heart, as good as the all-pervading air, self-realized witness, in the matter of cause and effect.
See that self-realized witness?
Yes.
See, this is what it's all about. Is self-realization and witness for that. That's what we're doing here. This is very inspiring to those who are looking for this. It's very inspiring to the devotee to witness for the truth. It's a great privilege. See? So Narada Muni was witnessing for the truth of ecstatic devotion and conclusive understanding. See? He's a witnessing. This is what devotees do. Self-realized devotees witness. We're part of the Leela avatar. They witness for the truth in this world because everybody's bewildered by the Maya. See, they don't know this stuff. They don't know that they can get complete relief from their miseries. You know, I've said people, I see all the time, you know, people are having these love affairs and they wonder why they get together with their, I'm going to live happily ever after with this man or this woman. And then they get into them. They're miserable and they fight. One lady just, well, I won't say it's confidential, but, you know, just they have problems, you know, all kinds. They don't know why. You come to this sadhu sangha, you can get free of all these illusions. It's all ignorance. You believe in ignorance. And that's all it does is cause destruction in your life, destruction of the body. See, is belief in ignorance. You do things that people are lying to you and they say they have your welfare in mind, but everybody is self-interested and self-motivated. Even in the mode of goodness, there's still faults in that, still material motivation in that. You got to find the Narada Muni types. They're the ones who have realized the essence of truth. See, the ecstatic, it's unmaterially motivated. It's so great to worship Krishna in ecstasy. You want to just pass it forward, pay it forward, man. That's God. He's like that. He's a rich man. His devotees become rich men and women. You just want to pay it forward. Make others rich. Why not, man? That's what rich men like to do. They become true philanthropists. You think Billy Boy Gates is a real philanthropist? He's got material motive for being that. That's how he gets the trust of people and their confidence. It's a lie, man. He's a guy who's motivated for getting, but that's the way the world is. They try to gain your trust so you believe in them, and then they destroy you. Hey? See, that's not philanthropy. Pure philanthropy is a person who has realized the transcendental Lord, man, and the glories of worshiping him and becomes prosperous naturally. And then you find the only true hearts in this world are those who have realized intimacy with the Lord, and they want you to have it too. Now that's real philanthropy. There ain't any other better philanthropy than that, Tom. What do you think?
Pureness, yeah.
Pure philanthropy. Because a person is truly rich in bhakti, rich with devotional love of God, man, makes the person, has what the qualities of the Lord and the values of the Lord. People only have the values of men. The highest values of men is some level of morality within the world. But that's not good enough, man. We need the values of the Lord. Learn what the Lord values. You only hear that from the realized soul if they tell you. And here we're telling what the true value, what is truly valuable to Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. That's why we can go on every day for 5-6 hours here, because it's so glorious to speak about that. It's so glorious to witness for that. That's what keeps Narada Muni going eternally preaching. This is what Prabhupada would have, if his body went on, he would eternally preach glories of the Lord. That's why this preaching will never stop until the breath stops here. Because it's so glorious to witness for the truth. There's so much energy in it, so much life in it. Jesus said, I have life. I can give it to you abundantly. What was that life? He was out preaching every day, man, preaching the glories of the absolute truth. Paul would preach all day and night. People would fall asleep. One guy died, he fell asleep and he was on the building, he fell asleep and then somehow I resurrected him. So, Narendra, why no real understanding are given out? Are they're exploiting others on the other side? No real understanding is given out for two reasons, mainly. One is either one doesn't have it, true understanding, the essence of truth, because they haven't realized the essence of truth. And the other is maybe the person's realized it, but it's so confidential that it blows people's minds. It's like people are blind. They're living in blindness, in darkness. And if you give the light to people that are in darkness, they may not want it. And a lot of times they don't. all the way up into religion. You think these gurus want to see things as they are? You know, they don't. Not even at that level, you know, like in religion. No, there's blindness there. They, it's all in the Bible even. It's all in all the scriptures, real scriptures. But who sees it? And the blind people don't see it. Pharisees don't see it. Varnashram Dharma persons in either as sannyasis or Brahmins, unless they've realized Krishna, don't see it yet. It's all in scriptures. But the real king, see, the real rulers of the world are the true Vaishnavas. They see it. See? And if they preach it, they start liberating people. If anybody believes in this preaching, you'll very quickly, you know, be liberated, because the qualities of the real spiritual master are manifesting here. You have to have two qualities mainly. One is you have from you in the songbook. Everybody check it. Everybody check the ISKCON songbook. Sri Guru Charana. See the mercy of the Guru. From them, ecstatic prema emanates. Need that quality. Who has that quality? Any of those gurus got that quality? Oh, yeah, we got it, but we won't show it. Oh, yeah, well, then we don't know. And by their word, ignorance is destroyed. Okay? You need those two qualities. If you don't have that, you're not a Gaudiya Vaishnava guru, not a very good quality. Okay? You have that, in other words, you have to be empowered by Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna through the disciplic line. You have to have that approval. Okay? And you have, if you do, you'll have those qualities, and those who listen to you will be delivered, and it'll show in their lives, in their witnessing. They start to become witnesses, like Narada Muni is a witness for the truth. You become, already we got witnesses for the truth. Look at Tom. He's got some good conclusions coming. Good insights coming, because he's getting focused.
Yes, I've got another one.
Okay, great. Let's hear it.
That when they, like you said yesterday, it is real when it's connected to Krishna, when it's connected to the source. And if they are selling something that is not connected, they don't have the connection themselves to the source, then it doesn't work. If a guru is not connected to the source, he cannot deliver the essence.
Yeah. And what are the symptoms of connecting to the source? So the books, the Chaitanya Leela teaches the source, Lord Chaitanya, of the beginning of our lines, you know, Lord Chaitanya, Nityananda, Mahajanavi, like this. They're very ecstatic. They had ecstatic love. That's why they came here, to preach the glories of being in touch with the source worship, ecstatic love. Jesus also, Holy Spirit. See, that's the source. And the philosophy is that comes from that understanding, that, see, standing under ecstasy. See, you realize the true nature of the Vedas.
Yeah. When someone has symptoms, that's a proof that it's connected to the source.
Mm-hmm.
Ecstatic symptoms, they are the proof that there is a connection to the source.
Yeah. And the real proof ultimately is when people come and listen, are attracted to listen, they also get this ecstatic worship. See? And also this conclusive understanding. That's the proof. See, because otherwise, how do you know something's real? We need witnesses. See, so because I'm preaching, I'm showing and I'm preaching this, right? It's making me ecstatic. But how do we know it's not insanity or crazy? Is some crazy guy ecstatically worshiping the Lord and speaking all these things that most people can't understand? Okay? But those who come and listen and hear and get purified and becoming ecstatic more and more, that you're the witness now. Yeah, it works. See, that's how Jesus is still here. People are witnessing. See?
Self-realized witness, Atma Sakshi, self-realized witness.
Yeah. Hey, read this, Tom. I just putting up a thing from Shama Guri.
Dear Gurudev, I listened to a lecture of Srila Prabhupada where he said that women cannot reach the level of goodness.
Goodness. Okay.
Goodness. Only ignorance and passion. So they should serve their husband to advance. Can you please explain?
Yeah. Okay. Great. Yeah. So now, see, this is according to the Vedic principles. It only goes so far. See, the Vedas are this. Let's take this in the light of the confidential truth of the Bhagavatam. That was the argument of the Brahmins, the wives of the wives that had these Brahmin husbands. The husband said, "Don't go to the cowherd boys. We're not interested ourselves. You don't go either, because you're just in the modes of passion and ignorance, and the Vedas say you must serve your husbands. Okay, so don't go." And they said, "No, our hearts are being called there. We're going to go." See, they were attracted because they heard about Krishna, and they were very attracted, and the Lord gave them the right intelligence. See, so what they did was they transcended all the modes of nature by associating with those who are above Brahmins. See, their husbands could only take them so far because, see, like Prabhupada's saying, the women are in passion and ignorance. So to advance in the normal course of you go the slow way, you go and you serve your husbands that are Brahmins. Okay? And then you'll be gradually advanced like this. But you want to do that gradual way or the quick way. This reverses everything. Then when the kind of preaching that we're doing here, you could be a woman, a man, even a dog. But you follow this preaching here, you follow this Sangha, then you transcend all the modes. See, those Brahmins, they couldn't do it because they didn't understand the higher principle, the confidential principle, and Prabhupada is not exposing it there. See? Because, see, the real acharyas, they usually ascertain the truth and keep it for themselves, and they give you that. The Vedic level. See? But that's all changed now. Prabhupada ordered it to me, told me, bring it out. Tell them things that see, that was his preaching, but he knew what I'm saying now. He knew this. He even preaches this in his books. Okay? But how do you resolve all these contradictions? You need to have it sorted out with a living guru. Otherwise, you just won't understand. You'll just like, oh, that's contradictory. I don't understand this. Okay? So Bhaktivinoda said it. Usually the acharyas, they ascertain the confidential truth. It's just what I told you. And they keep it for themselves. And then they give you that. A woman should just serve her husband in all of this. And usually there's not any good Brahmins in this. Even in Prabhupada's movement, there's not any real Brahmins. Well, maybe some are there, but they're trying to be there or attain that. I don't know, but even if it was, that's all you're getting. So you want, you're not getting the confidential truth, so you can move on. So great. You get more ideas like that, let me know. More things that you run across. That's why you see Prabhupada's preaching in that way needs to diminish. Otherwise, what? You're going to keep following that path he's talking about? Well, you're just a woman, man. Just serve your Brahmin husband in the Krishna conscious movement. And a lot of these Brahmin husbands are not very good. They treat you like dirt and all that stuff. Oh, you're a woman. You want to stay with that path? Well, go for it, man. Otherwise, make this increase in your life. This preaching, this gets you out of the whole thing, man. You could be woman, man, lesbian, homosexual. I don't care what you are. You come here and listen to this preaching, you'll realize Krishna very fast. I ain't putting anything, oh, you're a homosexual, you can't come and listen here. There's a lot of preaching in ISKCON is like that still. Oh, you're attached to eating meat or this or that. You can't come and hear our preaching. You got to do the rules and regulations first. No. This preaching is the essence. If you just believe this word, I don't care what you are. You come here and listen, you're going to get purified. Krishna is going to make that more important. He's going to show you that this is more important to him, that you listen to the confidential truth when it's being distributed by his real representative, and you'll surpass the big Acharya Devs with the big PhD titles. You'll go farther than them. I've already proved it. We have disciples here and students here listening to this preaching. They went farther than any of the gurus you see out there now. Any of them. There ain't any of them that are as advanced as some of these disciples here, simply because they believe in this preaching. This is the essence of the truth. And when you get behind this preaching, you will become a real witness and bold. You'll feel it, man. You'll experience these things. You'll have transcendental experience. You'll be dreaming of Jesus and all kinds of things. What do you think? Johan's getting all this because he believes with his heart this preaching, and he ain't afraid to glorify his guru. He got right, my guru Dev. I got all this. Lalita Ganga too. You look at that. See, that's what happens when you in your heart. Your heart becomes solid. Solidly strong, and realizing that this is really real, more real than anything going on out there in religion, in big mass Vaishnava groups. When you really get that this is more powerful than that, then you'll understand the battle of Kurukshetra and why the Pandavas won, because they believed in Krishna. They had the real Krishna. Therefore, they could win the whole war. Again, with the people that had all the technological things back then, all these big fighters and everything, but they were all against Krishna. See, they're all against Krishna, but they believe in all the opulences more. See, oh wow, I have more men, more this, more opulence, more buildings, more arrows, more this, more that. And the Pandavas said, no, we'll take you, Krishna. We believe there's more power in the truth, man. You're the truth. They don't believe in the truth, but we believe in the truth. Well, even if they kill our bodies, we don't care. We want to be with the truth. We like being with you. Oh, man, could you imagine how Krishna thinks? What, you like being with me more than the opulences of the world that I'm giving over to them? That's the same thing here. Oh, you guys, because you're not caught up in all that crazy false ego stuff that most of those gurus are into, that are keeping them from understanding what's being given here. You're getting all the benefit first. I haven't seen any ecstatic devotion like I see here in this Sangha. Have you? Ask Lance. He was commenting on it. He said, I don't see this anywhere. Yeah, and you won't, because they don't got it. And they think their opulence is of being a big guru, man, big sannyasi, big this, big that, be adored by thousands. They think that's great. And their adorers think that's great, to adore people that are still haven't realized Satchidananda. They think adoring them is great. Well, that'll go on as long as they continue thinking that. But here, the real truth is manifesting, ecstatic Satchidananda.
Lance, he sent me some pictures where he is ecstatic himself.
Who?
Lance.
Yeah, that's great. Yeah, he sent me some pictures with, what's her name, too?
With Jocelyn.
Jocelyn, yeah. Read that there. What does Freddie say?
The quick way is available for all kind of people, even for those outside the Vedic way of live, like Yavanas and Mikleshas, which are considered outcasts. Lord Chaitanya came for the most fallen.
I mean, look at say Lalita Ganga. Look at her. She's a woman. She's a woman. Why isn't she's transcended all? I mean, so Prabhupada says, yeah, you should serve your husbands and everything. She's coming this way, and because the real spiritual master represents Krishna in this world now, because he's unmanifest, so he sends his representatives, because she considers this her way, this path, this knowledge. Okay, this is her. She's thinking, oh, my guru represents the real Krishna, so I'm here. This is like I want to be joined through that preaching that he's doing. See, and there's the result. See, where does Prabhupada's word about the Vedic path apply there? See, it doesn't, because she surpassed that by understanding this preaching. See, this preaching represents giving up everything, even attachment to the Vedic conclusion, for Vrindavan, which she has attained. You think any of those gurus have attained Vrindavan? Well, prove it in your ecstatic worship. You can cheat and fool your neophyte disciples, but you can't cheat and fool the real devotees and associates of Lord Chaitanya or their real followers. You can't. Because the proof that you're really bona fide to deliver your disciples to Vrindavan is you have that ecstatic worship. And some of my disciples have that fruit of that ecstatic devotion manifesting. They feel their relationships with Krishna in the Vrindavan mood and mode, and are not afraid to show it and share it with others. If anybody gets the intelligence to understand what the heck we're doing here. Yes, exactly. Lalita's got transcendental goodness. See, that's different than goodness. That's better than serving a Brahmin husband. You know, Brahmin husband. She's doing what the gopis did. They had husbands also, and you know what they said? We're going to go to Krishna and hear his transcendental flute. That's what you do. The real spiritual master in this world is the transcendental flute of Krishna, the instrument. Anybody who listens to that transcendental flute, gets what the gopis get. That's what's going on here. You don't come listen to the flute here, you don't get what the gopis get. You don't get what those who are in this sangha representing the gopis, what the gopis got. You don't get it. You get something else. You get to be maybe, if you work your butt off, maybe you'll become a sannyasi. If you work your butt off, maybe after 5 years, you'll get initiation now. From these exalted gurus who live in caves. They're so exalted, right? They take you 5 years because they're so exalted and humble as pie. Yeah, and then you get initiate. Wow, I got initiation. Yeah, what else you get? Yeah, well, here you just come here and just come and attend sadhu sangha. When your heart becomes solid, more and more solid, you're increasingly encouraged, and then you get the greatest of all gifts, ecstatic devotion. Okay? And I don't say, you got to change your names, or you got to get in official initiation. You got to be here 5 years, and then we'll give you initiation. You stay here 5 years, and you'll probably get ecstatic devotion. There, you only get official formality initiation. I guarantee you don't get no ecstatic devotion after 5 years. Just to get initiation, you don't even get Brahmin initiation. And some gurus you think you got to pay for it. It becomes a money game to get Brahmin initiation. You got to have enough dowry for them. See, external bhakti. When you finally get fed up with that, then maybe you'll come here. Fed up with these long-term goals, man. Learn, oh, well, you gotta, you'll realize Krishna after many, many lifetimes, and then you'll get prema bhakti. Well, you get fed up with that preaching. Okay? Well, no, this lifetime you'll get prema because it's been authorized. Yeah, Johan also. Lalita Ganga, Johan, you see the fruits of ecstatic devotion. You see in Christina now that's starting to really blossom there. You could see sincere devotion. And if you don't see it here in this Sangha, devotees with that, and there's maybe some envy and stuff, well, good, you're getting purified. Then once that's out of you, you'll see the glories of it. You'll see the glories of having association with it, where Krishna's manifesting strongly in their hearts. You become non-envious, and that envy is what's blocking people. We got a plan here. That's why if a devotee gets ecstatic, I start to like show it all over the place. It's a test for you guys. You get envious, then you're getting purified. If you think, oh, very good and all that, shows that you're purified. Now Krishna's watching through these eyes. He's checking everything out. That's what Lord Chaitanya did. A newcomer would come like Rupa Goswami, he'd get ecstatic really fast, and all these people were with him for years. And he said he would test them. He was looking around. How are people responding to that? Didn't matter, because whatever it happens is perfect. Because if you need to be purified, the envy comes out of you, comes right out of your mouth, and you can see how. And if you've gotten purified really nice, like I look, oh, look at it, Mother Sachi. She likes the ecstasy now. She's like getting through that. Oh, that's very good. See, so anyway, there's a lot of stuff happening here in the unsaid.
My God, dude.
Yeah. See, for Lord Chaitanya to preach what he preached 500 years ago, the same thing has to happen here. The same kind of purification and testing and all that stuff has to go on here. Otherwise, because this is the practical way to, to get what's being given here. I don't see any other symptoms where you go through this kind of purification. Doesn't matter how good a lot of people. There's a lot of good devotees in ISKCON, in Gaudiya Smriti, in Gaudiya Math. All of them, they're very sincere. They've given their lives to Krishna. Well, that's great. But still, you got to see the value of this preaching. Otherwise, you'll just die. If you're not ecstatic, even though you're dedicated and everything, and usually people are not at this kind of ecstatic level, then you got to come here where this gift is being given. Otherwise, you'll just go on being a very sincere Vaidhi Bhakti and will die in the Vaidhi Bhakti level because you got to come to the ecstatic devotees. This is what Lord Chaitanya taught by his example. He became an ecstatic devotee because he went to an ecstatic guru. His guru became an ecstatic devotee, Ishvara Puri, by going to an ecstatic guru and getting the confidential conclusions and serving there. That's the method, is the devotee themselves. Everything's leading to the ecstatic devotee with the authorization to distribute ecstatic devotion. If people don't understand that, if you Vaishnavas in ISKCON and all your groups, if you haven't received ecstatic devotion from your guru, and I'm sure most of you haven't, then you have to go where it is empowered, and that place is here. If it's somewhere else, great, but good luck with that. And I would like to hear some reports where it really is. I just hear people say, yeah, my guru's like that. But are you like that? Is anybody like that? Usually not. People usually don't know what it is. They just speculate, oh, well, my guru's like you. Oh, yeah? Well, have you seen it? Well, no, he doesn't show. Well, have you got it? Well, no, of course not. He preaches many lifetimes before you can get this prema bhakti. Oh, I see. So nobody knows nothing. Everything's unclear. Well, I'm sorry, man. Truth is coming out. We got to get clarity, man. We got to be clear about what is what. Okay. So read on.
Yeah. Yes. So Atma, self-realized, Shakshi, witness. Para Avari, in
See,
matter of
witness of self-realization. That's really the essence. We're witnessing for self-realization, what it is. And people believe this preaching. It's like you go right to the truth and you're not misdirected by those who are not realized themselves. They're not witnesses for self-realization. Okay? You got to be a witness for what you're experiencing. If you're experiencing the symptoms of self-realization, you witness for it. Those who believe in your preaching and your witness become self-realized. Jesus taught this. Okay? Jesus said, those who believed in my word, see, my witness, may they be as I am. See, may you also get the gift that Jesus had. And not only that, whoever believes in the witness of my witnesses, may they also be as we are. And that's how it is. It's a witness program. See? You guys are becoming as I am. You're believing in this ecstatic worship and you're liking the getting revelation and realization and having God close to you and the glories of that. See, you're getting that. And people who believe in your witness, as this love grows in you and believe in your bold witness, they will also get it. You just transfer it on like that. And it'll go on as long as there are witnesses for the truth and as long as there are examples of this witness. And then if it stops, then it becomes like rules, regulations, and material Vaishnavism and stuff like that until somebody is sent to start to revive it again. Revival. It's all about revival. We're in revival. Whoever starts to get what we're speaking about, literally get it, realize it. This is it. This is what I've been looking for. This. I'm ready. Boom. You start to get it. Go ahead.
Para Avari, in the matter of cause and effect. Brahmani, in the absolute. Dharmata, under disciplinary regulations. Vratai, in vow.
Two things here: cause and effect and absolute. See, Krishna is the absolute truth beyond cause and effect. See, cause and effect is cause. If you are in the mode of goodness, you act in the mode of goodness, you get the effect of the mode of goodness in your experience. If you're in the mode of passion and you act passionately, you get the result of the mode of passion. See, cause and effect. Mode of ignorance, same thing. Okay? But when we begin to worship the absolute truth, see, as it is, beyond the cause and effect of this world. Okay? So liberation is you go beyond the cause and effect of this world. See, but deeper than that, more satisfying than that, is where it all comes from, where it's all emanating from. See, that Brahman is the effulgence of the Lord. See, but it's just as effulgence. You got to go deeper into the person. Okay. See, so that's the absolute truth. See, that's what we're preaching here. That's what we're meditating on. See, that's why devotees become blissful. Okay? You get out of see, everybody's meditating, usually, not every, most are meditating on the cause and effect of this world. See, they're meditating on passionate activities. They're meditating on passionate persons. That's what they're doing. You go and meditate and you believe in, see, and you listen to, you hear from Fauci's and Bill Gates as examples. Then you get the results of their, because they're in passion and ignorance. Then you become like that because you're meditating on that. What's the difference here? You come here, you're meditating on the confidential conclusion of this Bhagavatam, Shuddha Bhakti, absolute truth. So you become a manifestation of that in this world. It begins to manifest in your body, that consciousness, that vibration. Your consciousness rises and attunes to that vibration by hearing about it. See, and you find, wow, this is better than liberation even. That's why you need a real Vaishnava in this world. Wow, this is better than speculating on the absolute truth. This is better than taking the Bhagavatam and twisting it and juggling the words and making some like balloon animal out of it. You see those guys make the animals out of balloons? This is what they're doing with the Bhagavatam. It's twisting it all like this, and it doesn't, all he got is a balloon animal, man.
Juggling.
Professional Bhagavatam reciters. We got it in the movement now still. People become, I'm telling you, people become gurus because they want it as a profession. They want, I want to make money. I want to get buildings. I want to get adoration. See, but they have to juggle the Bhagavatam conception into some kind of balloon animal. So we untwist it.
Yes, that's the key word. Untwisted. It's the last word here. It's vicharkshva. Search out. You help us searching out and distinguishing between the forced disciplinary regulations, and the faith in Shuddha Tattva.
Yeah. So it comes. You want to search it out. So see, Vedavas says, search out my deficiency. Tell me. See, this is the idea. That's submissive hearing. See, Vedavyas is ready to hear from an ecstatic devotee. That's what it comes down to. See, now you're ready, you're searching it out, then you seek and ye shall find. If you're really from your heart seeking the truth, the real absolute truth, you'll find it. The Lord will lead you to it. If your heart is really sincere. If it's not so sincere, the Lord will give you some other connection for a while until you see the deficiency in it. Sometimes he does this, or often. He keeps putting us to where our heart is maybe satisfied for a while. We think, oh, this is great and fun, okay. And then there's a certain point that I like more. I want more. So, it's like a carrot. The Lord's leading us, and ultimately here. This is deliverance here. This is where you end it, finish it for the Vaishnavas or anybody who wants to come. All right, go ahead.
Yeah, I don't know where I shall continue, but I
read the next. All right, go ahead. Go ahead. What?
Yeah. Okay, so we had Brahmani in the absolute, Dharmataha under disciplinary regulations, Vratai in vow, Snatasha having been absorbed in, me, mine, Nunam is deficiency, Alam clearly, and Vichakshva is search out. Now I had it all.
Yeah. Okay, so go to the next verse.
Yes. Sri Narad said, "You have not actually broadcast the sublime and spotless glories of the personality of Godhead." Sri Narad said, "You have not actually broadcast the sublime and spotless glories of the personality of Godhead. That philosophy which does not satisfy the transcendental senses of the Lord is considered worthless. That philosophy which does not satisfy the transcendental senses of the Lord is considered worthless."
So you see how important philosophy is, but the philosophy needs to be the truth. See, the philosophy satisfies the transcendental senses of the Lord. He likes to hear about the truth, because it's transcendental, and the Lord is transcendental, and the truth is transcendental. So why not be absorbed in what is transcendental? We'll experience the bliss of it. Okay? So read the word for word.
Hare Krishna. Sri Narad Uvacha said, "Bhavata, by you, Anudita Prayam, almost not praised, Yasha, glories, Bhagavata, of the personality of Godhead, Amalam, spotless, Yena, by which, Eva."
First of all, see, this almost not praised. See, so in other words, you're still missing the mark there, Narda. I mean, Veda. See, you're almost not praising it. See, he did a little bit in the Mahabharata, but it's almost like it's not, almost is not enough. Just like goodness is not enough. See, more elaborately praise. See, so a person, so praise the spotless glories as it is, and then you will be satisfied, and you'll satisfy others. See, because you'll be satisfying the transcendental senses of the Lord, which we all are meant to satisfy. He's in us, man. We're here for Him. And then when that's realization, you realize, hey, man, I'm here for you, Lord, to satisfy your transcendental senses. And even publicly, that's preaching, is just satisfying the transcendental senses of the Lord. But there's a warning there, always comes. Watch out, all hell will break loose, because my Maya is always trying to hide the absolute truth. It's what she does. That's why Jesus said, hey, man, all for my name's sake. When you're going to go out and witness for me, which is the absolute, you're witnessing for the message, the true message, people are going to spit on you. People are going to hate you. People are going to misunderstand you. People might even put you to death. See? And so be warned, because that's what they did to me for preaching the truth. Yeah, they'll do that to you. You're not above your master. Okay, that's why the acharyas hold back. They don't get all that flack. When the truth is spoke, with the truth that they write about, that's all I'm preaching. I'm just preaching about the truth they were holding back. They can collect more followers that way. And that was the plan at first. Okay? But now you preach the real truth, man, and the whole hell breaks loose. Literally, it breaks loose. You be loosed. Hell gets out of you. Exercised. All right, so what do we got here? Read this here.
9 types of devotional service: Shravanam, Kirtanam, Smaranam, etc.
No. I said read this here. See, there's a comment there. Can you see it? Can you see the comment?
Yes, I was reading the comment. 9 types of devotional service.
Oh yeah,
Smaranam, Kirtanam,
sorry. Yeah. Okay.
Smaranam, etc. All all aesthetic in good association.
Yeah, and it's got to be better than good. All ecstatic in ecstatic association. That's the key word. Ecstatic devotees. Those are real Vaishnavas. They're becoming real when devotion awakens. Otherwise, you're still like a semblance. You're a wannabe. I'm trying to be instead of you are. See, when the Lord accepts you and he gives you his transcendental body, man, it's so now that realness is there, the reality of God. But God is very subtle. You know, these conceptions are really subtle. Only the real Vaishnava can speak them if they're to be spoken. Hey, we're cold canvassing for the transcendental Lord that is beyond. It is an impossible task. It has to be made possible by the transcendental mercy of the Lord to preach what we're preaching. Yeah, the Lord is unattainable and unknowable. How do you preach about somebody who is unattainable and unknowable? You have to be empowered by that unattainable and unknowable to do an impossible thing. You notice? That's why the devotees don't easily understand. They think, what are you doing, Gauri? What are you doing? We don't know the Lord. He's unknowable. Or we think we know him and we preach him in the mode of goodness, mode of passion, mode of ignorance, or some kind of thing that doesn't represent the transcendental Lord. Well, the Bhagavatam is also doing an impossible thing. It's revealing the unknowable and unattainable Lord. And when you have, and people don't see it still, but when you put the Bhagavatam, the unknowable explanation and unattainable Lord in the explanation of the Bhagavatam and Chaitanya Charitamrita in the hands of somebody that has attained the unknowable and unattainable personality, watch out. Because people will begin to know that Lord who listened to those transcendental explanations that only the empowered devotee can give. That's why people get ecstatic love here, because that's its process. By the action of the book Bhagavat. See, book Bhagavat and the devotee Bhagavat. The mellows of who's absorbed in the mellows of devotion, these mellows are transferred into the hearts of others. See, this is the philosophy, see, that satisfies the transcendental senses of the Lord as it is. This is the path. The transcendental philosophy is the path spoken that nobody knows, nobody can see, nobody can understand until you hear it from the devotee, because the Bhagavatam's saying it, people don't hear it. If you heard what's really in the Bhagavatam, you wouldn't follow 99% of those gurus out there who haven't realized this. They wouldn't be following themselves. They would find the real truth if they understood the Bhagavatam. Okay? But people don't. That's where you got to find those rare persons somehow or other from this life. See, here, you come here and you realize the Bhagavatam so easily. Oh, man, ecstatic love awakens so easily in a lot of devotees. And then now you have the helper inside you, and you look at these verses and you begin to understand them. Look at you, Tom. You look in the verses, you're attracted to the word for word. That's amazing. That's a miracle. You're understanding these deep concepts. You're proving it. I'm sitting there. The Lord's looking at, he's watching all these things, checking your progress. See, you like these verses. They mean something. You're understanding these confidential meanings. Okay? So this is where it's all leading. It's nice, isn't it? Satisfying to really to go in there and to be able to mine treasure. This is treasure, man. You're going to see more and more. You realize, wow, this is the real wealth. Yeah. Go ahead.
It really helps me to distinguish where to focus on, where to listen to, and what to leave behind, what to leave.
Yeah, because you see, that's what makes you muddled, is looking here and there, and so you got you look at the Maya there, and you absorb some of that, and then you're over here, absorb, and you wonder, well, how do I focus? See, that's a good question. Yeah, just focus on this and don't focus on that, because that's that's unrealized. This is all realized. This is all you see here. The example of having some substance, man. That's not unsubstantial. This is substantial. You see, wow, this is substantial. Yeah, because it's like a paradox. The Lord is unattainable and unknowable. And the paradox is you come to the right path, the narrow gate, which this is, and then you attain that unknowable and unattainable, that the devotees don't know who they're worshiping out there, most of them. Yeah. All right, move on.
Yasho Bhagavato Manam.
Wait. Freddie said something. Read this.
Okay. Yeah. In the material world, everything comes about in cause and effect. In the material world, everything comes about in cause and effect. One cause has an effect, and that effect becomes a new cause with a new effect. One cause has an effect, and that effect becomes a new cause with a new effect. Just like ether is the cause of air. The effect and air is the new cause of fire, the new effect, etc.
So the question should be is, how do we get out of this cause and effect thing? Question, Tom. How do we get out of this cause and effect?
To connect to the source.
Yes, that's it. To connect to the source. So there's cause and effect in the modes, right? Because people are meditating on the modes. They believe that's all in all, and that's all that's going on. And they get caught up in this Maya. This is an illusion. It's a cause and effect, all to do with bodies and creating more bodies for yourselves and all that. How do you get out of it? Well, you need a new cause. And you know what that cause is? The Vaishnava. All of that is leading in the washing machine. Are you ready to get out of the washing machine of illusion? Well, you need a cause. The cause is the Vaishnava.
The living example.
What?
Living example.
Yeah, the bona fide empowered guru. They're the cause of your liberation. Jesus said it. All that stuff you're practicing out there and studying, that you're worshiping who you don't know, is leading to me. Leading to the bona fide spiritual master, the empowered representative, the anointed one, here to set the captives free of ignorance, here to preach the good news and deliver people like that here. You see, those ready for the good news, get it quick. Those who are captivated by the Maya, we get that out of you first, or a little bit of both, Hey, it's all leading to the deliverance. The deliverer, they're the cause of your deliverance. See? They're, because the Lord comes as guru. See, he's the cause of it, right? And they're empowered by the Lord and the disciplic line, and they're the cause of your deliverance. This is like a lot of people, no, Krishna, Krishna this, and Bhagavad Gita, and I'll, do it like this and all that. So like a disciple of Prabhupada comes, oh, foolish disciple. This is the way a lot of them still are. Oh, we're so lucky Krishna came here. Krishna this, Lord Chaitanya this, and Nityananda that. Oh, we're so lucky Nityananda will be delivered and all that. And Prabhupada said, no, you're lucky I came here, and as a living devotee, I'm giving you the name. The Guru is giving you the name. Okay? Giving you all these things. They're the cause of your deliverance because the Lord is causing that deliverance through them. They're authorized, proving it. Proof of authorization that you're not going through the putanas and the bogus gurus. Bogus means, on this level, means you can't deliver your disciple, as the Bhagavatam says gurus should do. Okay? So there's some level of bogusness in you. See, so the real guru is the cause of your deliverance in this world practically, because the Lord comes as that guru, empowers that guru to deliver you. And no one else could do the job unless they are empowered and authorized by the Lord. That's why the devotees getting it. They get that realization. Wow, man, I would have never been. You people that get this bhakti, really, they ask Lalita Ganga, ask Johan, where they would be without the guru causing that. Where? How important it is to have such a personality in your life. That's why, Lord Chaitanya taught the bona fide spiritual master is more worshipable than me. The reason being, where is that Lord Krishna and Lord Chaitanya more manifested than in the guru that comes to deliver you? That's more important that way, because all the guru does is to get you clear on who Lord Chaitanya is. See, that's very important, isn't it? To have a person doing that, a living person. Yeah. So that's and so Bhakti, Vishwanath Chakravarti taught this. He said bhakti is the cause of bhakti. And to be more clear, where do you see that bhakti? Is it just, well, Krishna's got that bhakti? Yeah, where do you see it, man? What is it? What does it look like? That's one thing. People don't know what it is. They don't know what it looks like. They don't know the symptoms of it. It's all in the book, but they don't know it. See, so that's for bhakti is caused by bhakti. But where is it? Well, it's in a container, my friends. It's in the body of a genuine self-realized soul. It's in their body, their temple of their heart. In their body, that bhakti is living, alive, giving darshan, manifesting, being taught about. See, so bhakti is caused by bhakti. Well, to be more clear, it's caused by the bhakta's bhakti. See, now you get substance. Now you understand. How isn't that getting focused, man? When you hear from bhakta about bhakti, that gets focused, right? You hear any other topics here going on here? Oh, the only other, we distinguish it from everything else. Yeah, there's a golden age when people have realized Lord Chaitanya and Radha and Krishna. Well, yeah, as long as that realization goes, there's the vein of gold. See, the golden avatar, the vein of gold running through all this rock of Maya, all this dark rocks. You just bust. You got a vein of gold. Are you in the gold vein? Well, that's sadhu sangha, man. We stay in the gold. See, the gold, what they call the vein. This is a gold vein. See, this is the golden age. But you might be in the rock. Are you meditating on the rock, the darkness of the rock, or are you in the gold? Read that.
if was not here, would be surrounded by Vanasham
Dharma,
enthusiasts.
enthusiast.
That is not satisfying. Acharya Chilagarahari Das saved my life.
Yeah, you see, yeah, so people are still enthusiastic about Varnashram Dharma. You see, it was to the point where it wasn't satisfying enough, so the Lord led him here. See, so that's how the Lord does. Yeah. So, go ahead, read that.
Freddie, only activities performed in pure devotion have no karmic reactions because they are situated above the three modes of material nature. Only activities performed in pure devotion have no karmic reactions because they are situated above the three modes of material nature. Such activities can only be awakened in the association of pure bhaktas.
Yes. So, read that.
Amonarayan. Naindra, my friend, the most important out of the 9 types of devotional service is Shravana, means listening, as King Parikshit attained liberation just through listening. Similarly, listening to these ecstatic preaching in this right association, in this satsanga, one can be liberated through mercy of Sri Guru and Sri Gauranga.
Yeah, you see how that works is you're listening here. What are you listening to? Clear, exemplary manifestation of the absolute truth. You're hearing that. What are you hearing from these other gurus? Well, if you're hearing this kind of thing, because guru is one and deliverance is one type, you have to hear the conclusive truth, to be set free. So it's about hearing, Shravanam. You hear from the liberated soul that's empowered to deliver you. What is going to be the result? What is going to be the cause of your liberation is that hearing. See, because if you're listening really good, you'll begin to get purified and begin to understand. See, and then you become like your guru by hearing from the guru. That's what both Shukadev Goswami and Maharaj Parikshit both went back to Godhead. One was the speaker and one was the hearer. If Maharaj Parikshit would have been around longer, then he would have just continued on doing, he got the boon of his guru, therefore he would realize the essence of the Vedas, and he could preach like that too, like his guru did. That's what that process. Okay, next one is...
I have a very beautiful vision now. You said we are digging through that golden vine, yes?
Vein.
Yes. Vein, yeah, that golden region, yeah?
Yeah.
We are digging there, and it's like a celebration, a feast, and everything is very bright and shiny, and even the digging sounds, they are beautiful. The sounds they are going on.
Yeah.
And other we don't dig in the mud or where it's not. We dig where the vein is, where the golden vein is, and it's a congregational feast.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Is this something different here?
This is the same one as previous.
Okay, check this one.
Johan de Mont. We will still crying and ask Krishna, when I will getting you. If I not meeting you, Acharya Shilagara Haridas Maharaj. Yes. So I feel we would be still crying and asking Krishna, when would I get you? We were still doing that if we didn't meet you, Acharya Shilagara Haridas Maharaj.
Yeah. I mean, that's why, you know, Jesus said, "Seek and ye shall find." He was talking about, don't seek the world and worldly things. His whole preaching was seek God, seek the Lord, seek intimacy with the Lord, and you will find. See, and that's the whole thing. People here, they don't have to seek very hard, but well, people that are seeking that and they hear this preaching, the Lord will lead them. He will draw them here. If they're really ardently seeking and feel the deficiency, even in the Varnashram system, you have to become like Veda Vyas was, and the wives of the gopis. It wasn't enough to be subservient or subjects of the rules and the regulations and the mandates. They wanted more intimacy. See, subject. What do you want to be? See, we're naturally subjected. We're subjected. That's our nature, is to be subjected, to be a subject of something. See, we're jiva. Jiva means a servant. So what are you serving? I'm serving the rules and regulations and everything. Okay, you're a subject of the rules and regulations and their harshness and their difficulty. Okay, but many devotees here can say, no, I'm a subject of Krishna's transcendental bliss, transcendental worship. See, I'm subjected to that. So the Lord oh, you want to be a subject of ecstatic love? Are you sure? Yes, I'm sure. I want to be subjected to ecstatic love. That's the devotee always crying. Lord, I'm subjected to your ecstatic love. I cannot live without it. Your bliss, your understanding you and all that, I can't live with that. I want to relish you. I want to taste you. Like that. See, now we're subjected to this ecstatic, blissful rapture, ecstasy, intimacy. Because we want to be subjects of it. People don't come here. They're saying, they're saying to God, well, I don't want to be subjected to that. I don't want to be subjected to the ecstasy that's going on in Gaurahari Sangha, because I think that's crazy. I think that's sahaja. I speculate. That's what they're really saying. I speculate that it's bad. I speculate that I want to be subject to the rules and regulations and the mandates and Varnashram Dharma. I want to be a subject of that. Well, it's kind of dry if anybody tastes what's going on here. You want to be a subject of that? Subjected to having to follow all of that because you're subjecting yourselves? Or are you ready to subject yourself to the ecstatic bliss that we subject ourselves to? We're subjects of that. That is our dominance. We want to be, oh Lord, dominate me with the Holy Spirit of devotion. Dominate me with the essence of truth. I want to hear that. I want to hear glorification of what is absolutely, the best of the best, the absolute treasure of all treasures that you personally know and like and love, only love. And that ain't the material wealth of this world. That ain't it, the pride of this world. He's not interested in that. No, real wealth is ecstatic devotion and that which glorifies it. If you want to be subject to this preaching, that's what you'll be a subject to. Ecstatic love and conclusive truth. You want to be a subject like that? Okay, you're out of here. You're out of this world, because people aren't subjected to that. They're subject to everything else, subject to speculations and lies and cheating and bullshit and everything Maya gives you. or subject to getting a big false ego, subject to being adored by fools and neophytes in the world. See? Subject to the affection of your mothers, your fathers, your spouses controlling you. No, Lord. I want to be subject to your affection. Affectionate dealings. I want to be a subject to that. I want to be subjected to that. I want to be ruled by that. I want to be a slave of that, my Lord. Like St. Paul said, I'm Jesus Christ's slave. I'm the Lord's slave. I like it. He liked that position. Otherwise, you'll be a slave of the Maya of the Lord, the illusion. You want to be that? Well, subject yourself to that. So anyway, the devotees who are ready for this, you want to become a subject of ecstatic love? You want to be subjected to that? Subjected to ecstatic bliss ruling your life? Filling your heart, filling your consciousness? Yeah. So anyway, that's it.
I can read the second part.
Okay.
Now you it disappeared. Okay. Krishna sent me you, Acharya Srila Gaur Haridas Maharaj, and now I have what my heart was crying for. Thank you for your mercy.
See, that's a great look how ecstatic he is. Okay? And he still has gratefulness. That's the real Bhakti Lata Bij. It's like this, full of gratefulness, even though you're subjected to ecstatic bliss, maybe even more than your guru. But look at this. Gratefulness is in the heart. See, that's Krishna working in the person. See? No false ego, no Mayavadi contamination bullshit. Oh, let me kick Gaur Das away. I have this here. Those who are contaminated by that Brahman Mayavadi thing, even though they're following in Vaishnavism, they're contaminated with it. Oh, I'm now blissful and all that. Let me kick Gaur Das away and I'll go do my own thing. I'll be a big teacher now. I know better. See, that was the Ramachandra Puri path. Oh, I know better than Madhavinda Puri. I know what's better. See, that's losing the path. Okay, read on.
We were at 158 Srimad Bhagavatam. Yasho Bhagavato Malam. You want me to read the from Naindra?
Yeah, go ahead.
Which one?
Oh, that one. Whatever's before you there.
The text from Srimad Bhagavatam.
Oh, no. Yeah, Neandra.
Neandra Sohun. Yes, want to be subject of love and devotional service.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, go ahead. Read on.
Yasho Bhagavato Malam. Glories of the personality of Godhead spotless. Yena.
See, the glorifying the Lord as he is spotless.
Yeah.
And it removes our spots. See, thing is, we're all spotted by inconclusiveness. It causes spots to appear in our hearts. It doesn't purify us. We need to become spotlessly purified. You need to worship the spotlessly purified one in an acceptable way to the Lord. See, and then we get purified. Okay, go ahead.
Yenai Vaisau na Tusieta, by which certainly he, the personality of Godhead, does not be pleased.
Yeah, okay, see, and how do we know the difference between the pleasure of the Lord some other kind of pleasure. See, well, that's what you learn here. The pleasure of the Lord is ecstatic worship. See, the pleasure of the Lord is ecstatic worship and conclusive talk about Krishna, his glories that come from conclusive worship. See, this is uh, um, satisfying the transcendental senses of the Lord. That's what it's all about here. See, accepting the path of ecstatic love, very quickly you will learn how to satisfy the transcendental senses of the Lord and see how that is the highest pleasure of God. You become so purified, you realize Vrindavan is simply this. You realize, oh, by satisfying your transcendental senses, Lord, you are ecstatic. And therefore I am ecstatic. We're on the same page. Wow. We share the same heart, just like the book says. Chaitanya Charitamrita, the devotee and the Lord share the same heart. That comes from worshiping the spotless glories of the Lord that you hear from the bona fide representative, and only them. Spotless, got to be spotless preaching. See, got to be clear conception of the absolute truth. That's the spotless glories of the Lord. See, also is ecstatic love. That's spotless, man. There's no spots. This is like I'm just an ordinary person, man. I'm just a man. No different than Tom or Joe or Dick or Harry. We used to have a guy here called Harry Krishna. Disappeared for a while. He went a little crazy. Harry Krishna. he was already in the crazy farm, but anyway, he made benefit. He came for a while. See, spotless glories. We're glorifying that transcendental Lord. See? And the ecstasy. So that's how we remove our spots. And stay, that's the only way. Not that, and that's why the devotees, they say, I ain't anything special. You think Lord Chaitanya's devotees, even Advaita charges, I ain't anything special. Even Nityananda says, I ain't anything special. But you're special, Lord. I want to talk about you. Your ecstasy is special. Here, check it out, everybody. He was walking around showing Vrindavan. Here it is, this ecstatic love. Hey? That spotless glories, the Lord uses you. I'm going to show my spotless glories through this fool here. We'll make them a transcendental dancer, transcendental fool. And they're okay with that. They don't know, and they're not looking to be, shown how great they are. No, how great Lord is, how great his ecstasy is, how great his conclusive understanding. That's my happiness. I'm just an ordinary person, but somehow the good fortune is to glorify this absolute truth, man. Satchidananda, oh man, do I feel inspired to glorify that. And to share that, to stand for that in this world. What are you guys standing for Varnashram Dharmas and standing for the rules? I'm standing for ecstatic love. It's so easy. It's so natural. It's so pure. It's so purifying. It's so inspiring. It's so simple. Anybody can take to it. I love that kind of path, man. It's perfect path. And I don't have to be anything special. Isn't that give hope for you guys? You ain't anything special either. But you're hearing about the spotless glories of the special one. That's the Lord, right? You don't have to be, you're just specially empowered. You become just by hearing. See, most important quality, hearing the spotless glories of the Lord, ecstatic devotion, more glorification than that, more showing that. Conclusive understanding, glorifying the essence of truth. More of that, man. Hey, man, that's the formula for salvation and beyond. Pure devotional service is born of that word. Those who do listen. See, most don't listen. Oh, how many Vaishnavas are there out there in ISKCON and Gaudiya's Mail? How many? How many are listening? 8. And we're belting out the spotless glories of the Lord. I don't have to. So, well, look at me. Don't you see? I'm a spotless one, man. I'm a sannyasi. Don't you see my clothes, man? And I'm here to represent Krishna, man. And he's a representative Krishna. Look at him. He shows, or he infers that he's austere, man. Maybe he is. He's austere. He's representing the austerity path and the renunciation path and the fasting on Ekadasi and all of these things. We're doing all that renunciation, austerities. Okay? And all we do, we just I don't need to. I'm not here to represent that path, man. I'm here to represent the spotless glories of the Lord that satisfied Veda Vyas. It's all in this book. It's in all the books. It's in Bhagavad Gita, man. The spotless glory. I take the Bhagavad Gita now, and the Lord gives me realizations to make it, to bring out those spotless glories even more, fluff them out, make it more clear. See, you become attracted to that preaching, man. Hear that kind of preaching, the spotless glories, the Lord, he's like the eraser. He erases all those spots in you, man. So what do we got here? All glories. Yes. Is that what it's called? Ritvik? No, the Ritvik is just Ritvik is it's like the shadow of the truth. It's a shadow of what the real Ritvik, say the pure understanding of Ritvik, is the representative of the disciplic line. The current flows through them. The Ritvik that Prabhupada set up, or anybody else sets up, is for the unrealized. In other words, they're saying, hey man, don't mess up this mission. Try not to mess up this mission, because you don't understand the truth in its spotless way yet. You don't know the essence of truth because you haven't realized it. So just continue the mission, worship the acharyas, try to understand. But don't put yourself up there as an acharya with a big plaque, Acharya Dave, and all these things, if you can't deliver your devotees by preaching the spotless glories of the Lord and showing the spotless ecstasy. You tell me where the spots are in the ecstasy of Johann and Lalita Ganga. Show me a spot there. There is no spot from the sincere glorification of somebody when the Lord is in their heart. He's showing his spotless glories through devotees like that. Spotless. I can't find any spot in that.
There is no gold in that mine. There is no gold in that mine.
Yeah.
What mine? The real gold is in this mine.
Yeah. Yeah. You got to find the gold in the mind of the real devotees who have real devotion in their hearts. That's the gold mind. You find the gold mind. See, the mind of gold. See, the mind of gold. See, the mind of gold is from a heart filled with gold. The gold is the spotless glories of the Lord, man. This is what it's about here. Okay? There's still spots in talking about, see, this is what Narada told Veda Vyas. You're just talking about things to do with the mind and the body, Varnashram Dharma and rules and regulations, regulating the body and that. It's still to the body. It's not spotless yet. There's spots on that. Talk about the bliss of the Lord, the ecstasy, glorify that with your words and your being. But see, you can't see that ecstasy, that where you show me where that ecstasy is shown by Veda Vyas. Even you don't even see it in the preaching of what do you call Shukadev Goswami or Maharaj Prigya. Where's the ecstasy? You don't see it. Therefore, it must see the living devotee that has it, Because when you were there and they're speaking back and forth, there'd be like tears coming and ecstasy and jumping up and down and all kinds of amazing things. Wow, listening to Arjuna also. Wow, Krishna, this is fantastic. You don't see that. That's why you got to see it in a real devotee, very enthusiastically glorifying these things. The same thing with Jesus. You hear, where's the ecstasy? You see it? No, the best that we see so far. This is why Lord Chaitanya is the most amazing. He showed it and they recorded it. At least you can read about that ecstasy, but that's still, you need more. See, that's why, and then you see a devotee that has those symptoms of those ecstatic prema. Oh, wow, now you're seeing, and then you read the book, you see, oh, wow, that's amazing. Now, what we're reading in the book is again now manifest. Okay, that's deliverance because it was there then and it's there now, here now. There's deliverance. Okay, go ahead.
By which certainly he, the personality of God, does not be pleased. I think that philosophy
Wait.
inferior.
Read this.
Okay.
Got to learn how to switch on a dime here.
Eric Lune. So it's almost like a trap to become a sannyasi.
Well, that's why, Lord Chaitanya said, don't take sannyas in this age. But anyway, the sannyasi thing. See, if you want to become a sannyasi and follow the Varnashram, it's very hard, to be a real sannyasi. Prabhupada said, I didn't make the sannyasis like they're trying to be before. Sannyasi means you really go through the work of renouncing this world, even though you got no taste for Krishna yet. It's hard. Can you imagine? You renounce sex. You renounce having a nice meal. You renounce, all these things. But you don't have any real taste for Krishna yet. It's a very hard path. Most people can't do it. Matter of fact, probably that's why Prabhupada said, I just made a different sannyas for preaching. You go out there, you wear the clothes, and they give you respect, so you're doing a little something. But usually you get a big false ego from it because people start to respect and honor you, worship you. You taste that ras, material ras of the false ego. Okay? True sannyas is, hey man, you start to renounce the world because you're getting taste for Krishna's glories and truths. Okay? So then if you become a sannyas because you've got this, well, that's okay.
Do I understand it well that there are two kinds of sannyas? One is a realized soul, and another is not yet realized soul.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So if you're a sannyas in realized, you realize Satchidananda, and you may not even be finished with the world, but you're better than 1,000 sannyasis that are just doing rules and regulations, but have no realization of Krishna. See, in this age, Krishna is giving you the result of sannyas without having to work for it. See, the result of sannyas is renunciation of the world, which actually is not really the result of sannyas. Result of sannyas is hopefully trying to purify you, which is a lot of work and very difficult things that most people can't do now, to the point where you realize Krishna. But then to do that, you need to meet the bona fide representative of Krishna. See, all those rules is leading to that. So the Lord's making it easy. He's giving the bona fide representative who carries this bhakti and making other carriers of this, even before we're perfect in all ways, because our perfection comes just simply by hearing, chanting, remembering. And the Lord says, I ain't going to wait for you to be perfect. like can perfectly renounce like Rupa Goswami before you'll preach. No, you've got my potency. You know enough who I am, man. Share that with people. That's doing welfare. Get them connected to this too. Wake them up.
Mhm. Mhm. Because Krishna is a true renunciate. So if it happens that way, because Krishna, then great. Because
Yeah,
Krishna is a true renunciate. So if
yeah,
it happens that way, because Krishna, then great.
yeah. And this, whether you're renounced or not, I mean, like visibly, devotees know that this world is false. It's just it's real for a time and then it disappears. They know that. So whether they're involved in material affairs or not, like looking like a sannyas, or then it doesn't matter in that way because they know what is real. They know their heart is chaste to the Lord. They know that's real. Not this world, not worldly people, not worldly gurus. They have no attachment to that. The worldly teachers. No, they have attachment to Satchidananda. Okay, so that's how they maintain their spiritual life, and that's how they renounce. It's everything. And that's how they purify themselves of any little attachments here in the world. Doesn't matter. They're on the eternal path now. Okay, go ahead.
But the text, okay. Um, by which certainly he, the personality of Godhead, does not be pleased, I think that philosophy inferior.
See, inferior. So Narada Muni is talking about the highest pleasure of the Lord. See? So if you know the highest pleasure of the Lord, happiness, is transcendental. That's ecstatic devotional worship. See? That's the highest pleasure of the Lord. See? And so that manifests in the self-realized soul. And anything else besides that is inferior, including the happiness of being in the Varnashram system, because there's some happiness there. There's some happiness in following rules and regulations. But when this is available, then this is the thing to get, because this, if you can get this, that this will be, if you see it, that's why you got to see the witnesses. You got to see people that are experiencing this high happiness of pleasing the transcendental sense of the Lord, and the ecstasy it throws them in, and the bliss it throws them in, and the conclusive understanding it gives them. See? The knowledge it gives them, the specialized knowledge. See, when you become attracted there, well, there now you're going to very quickly get that yourself by that association. What we're showing here is topmost. Yeah, Satchidananda's topmost pleasure of the Lord. Everything else is less, inferior. It's just a fact. Okay? And the way you know is you see the devotees who worship the Lord like that, and you'll see, that's extraordinary. There's nothing like that. There's nothing like the preaching of a devotee who dips into that ecstatic bliss. Okay, go ahead.
Can I ask? It also has to do with awakening our transcendental senses, that we can taste that happiness.
That's right. That's what you get here by hearing. You're born again, man. You must be born again, not born of flesh and blood. See, Book of John, chapter 1. Not born. Those who heard from Jesus, a living person who is self-realized in intimacy with the Lord. See? Those who heard from them We're born, but not of flesh and blood, but by the word of God. See, the word of God is the conclusive truth. It comes through his real representatives. They like impregnate you with this word, and it bears the fruit of the kingdom of God living inside you. Awakening, second birth, the true one.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Text 9. Although, great sage, you have very broadly described the four principles, beginning with religious performances. You have not described the glories of the Supreme Personality, Vasudeva. Although, great sage, you have very broadly described the four principles, beginning with religious performances. You have not described the glories of the Supreme Personality, Vasudeva.
See, people still attracted to religious performances. It's like a performance. You go to a play. You're not really a participant. You're out there in a play looking around. That's religious performance. You're kind of in this play. You're playing Krishna. You're playing, worshiping Krishna. You got the conch filled with water, and you got the fire. See, and you're doing a ritual. See, so it's a performance. It's a show. See? So it's external still.
Yeah. So this is also to do with attention and the right focus, not to be focused any longer at the
ritual level,
the lesser principles. Yes. Okay.
Yeah. So in other words, read that last sentence again.
Although, great sage, you have very broadly described the four principles, beginning with religious performances, you have not described the glories of the Supreme Personality, Vasudeva.
See, the glory, you got to have more glorification of the Supreme Lord. See, glory, more, deeper. See, that's that's really it. See, the sublime glories. Yeah, the rules and regulations is lesser. It's okay. Maybe people can get that. But now it's time, just like for us, it's time to preach the real Bhagavatam. Yeah, to get the real substance now. See, more elaborately explain the glories of bhakti yoga and Krishna consciousness. What does it mean to be Krishna conscious now? Not just I'm a devotee. Yeah, what does it mean to be a devotee? This you get to know the glories. This is pleasing. Oh wow, the Lord's in your heart, thinking, wow, man, now I'm going to learn something finally, something really substantial, and the Lord gets very ecstatic in you. Yeah, wow, my Guru Dev is teaching me about what is a real devotee. Wow, they never taught me in ISKCON and all that. They couldn't represent being a real devotee and how that all works. And now, through my good fortune, I got the bona fide spiritual master. This is Krishna thinking. He's in your heart, thinking, waiting. He's in there. When am I going to be born? When's my devotee going to realize he's here to please me? And then you come before the real Vaishnava, and all of a sudden the baby starts to wake up and starts to come through the birth canal, which is up into the heart, comes down into the birth canal. See, it's got to be an internal birth. I've experienced, I know what this is like. It just comes through the internal birth and it explodes. See, now it's born. Wow, love of God. This is what I'm talking about. I had, wow, love of God. This is what like compassion. Oh, wow. Wow, this is amazing. Wow, these truths. See, like you're newborn. Go ahead.
Those words which do not describe the glories of the Lord.
Wait.
Those...
Read this.
Okay. How can we preach to all non-devotees and make them Krishna conscious, to all media platforms universally?
Read that again.
How can we preach to all non-devotees and make them Krishna conscious, to all media platforms universally?
Well, you see, I'm not sure what you mean by all media platforms, but non-devotee means basically no awakened devotion yet. Real devotion is transcendental and pure. See? So it's a combination. First of all, people they're worshiping like they're worshiping, but they're still non-devotees until the point of devotion awakening. And then we're preaching these truths, and whoever becomes attracted to this preaching, they get it. They become the first fruits. So you go from a non-devotee into being a devotee, and then you show the glories of being a devotee just by your example and preaching that. Okay, go ahead.
Text 10. Those words which do not describe the glories of the Lord, who alone can sanctify the atmosphere of the whole universe, are considered by saintly persons to be like unto a place of pilgrimage for crows. So again, those words which do not describe the glories of the Lord, who alone can sanctify the atmosphere of the whole universe.
You got to hear the real glories of the Lord, not speculate on them. See, otherwise it's diluted. See, sanctify the whole universe is the truth, man. It's the sanctified. It's sacred. Okay? This energy is sacred. The Holy Spirit, the spirit of devotion, pure love of God, prema is sacred. So those words that describe the glories of prema and the path of prema are sublime, and then everything else is a lesser, is inferior. We're privileged. Prabhupada said, hey, what you're doing, Gaur Hari Das, has my approval. You're doing exactly what I want you to do. Which was that? Teaching this, showing this, describing this, manifesting this ecstasy, manifesting the glories of this ecstasy. See, those words that describe this. And if they don't, it's like a pilgrimage for different lesser animals, or crows, if you don't describe the true glories of the Lord.
Yeah. Now I understand. It's again like we are mining in the gold vein, yes, and they are doing pilgrimage in the association where there's no gold. There's no association of ecstatic devotees.
Yeah, they're like on various levels of the chain gang. See, the chain gang, what do? They're in prison. They got shackles, right? And what else do? They're breaking rocks. See, they're out there on the chain, hey, man, go to work, man, break the rocks. So they're out there mining the rocks, and all they get are rocks until they get tired of that. Oh, Lord, I'm tired of being in prison with these shackles and mining all these different rocks. See, where's the gold? Oh, good question. Here, I'll go over here, man. The guy, he's preaching gold, man. He's mining gold. Look how easy it is. Person doesn't even have to work much. All he does is open his mouth and transmit and mines gold with his tongue. Hare Krishna. Talking about the glories of the truth, absolute truth. See, they're very inspiring, very powerful, very liberating. Oh, the chains just fall off, the shackles fall off your feet, man. Man, it's nice to be in gold. You're wealthy, man. You don't have to do a lot of work like these other people. Oh, you think this Bill Gates thinks that's real gold? All those billions of dollars of it. Look how much they have to work for it. Look how much they have to try to control it themselves, control others because they're afraid they're going to lose their wealth. They got to make everybody slave, being their subject because they're afraid of losing their wealth and their, all these material things. See, so the shackles can't fall off them because they're mining rocks, even though their wealth they're going to die and they're not going to take their billions of dollars with them. Their life was basically for nothing. All they did was get a lot of karma for their trouble. And I can guarantee you there's a lot of karma for those troubles. All that stuff to make profits and to, people dying because of his advice, his lies, his speculations. And he's a psychopath. A lot of these guys are psychopath. They don't care about you nor themselves in that way. See, that's psychopath. You think they don't care about you, but the truth is they don't care about themselves. They don't care about the karma that they're heaping on their heads. See how it works? The psychopath is really, they're a murderer of their own self. But that shows up by doing it to others who believe in their bullshit, their lies.
Wow.
All right, go ahead.
Since the all-perfect persons are inhabitants of the transcendental abode, they do not derive any pleasure there.
Yeah, so see, there is not necessarily a place. It's a consciousness. See, inhabitants of the transcendental abode stay transcendental in the transcendental abode by meditating on what people in the transcendental abode meditate on. That's the truth. Hey, that's how it works here. Yeah, we meditate on the transcendental abode and feel it's the cause of bliss instead of the cause of misery, of action and reaction and the threefold misery. This dissolves that. We become inhabitants of the transcendental abode by doing what they're doing, engaging in what they're engaging. Why? Because we can. Because the Vedas are here. The scriptures are here. Because the devotees who love these scriptures are here. Okay, go ahead. Oh, here, read this.
Govinda Das. Yama's dog are licking their lips. Yama's dog are licking their lips. Without a change of heart. Poison cartel. Long, long time in the jaws. Yama's dogs.
Yeah. Okay, self-explanatory. Go ahead.
Text 11. On the other hand, that literature which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, pastimes, etc., of the unlimited Supreme Lord is a different creation, full of transcendental words, directed toward bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization. Wow. On the other hand, I do it again. On the other, it's beautiful. Wow. On the other hand, that literature which is full of descriptions of the transcendental glories of the name, fame, forms, pastimes, etc., of the unlimited Supreme Lord is a different creation, full of transcendental words, directed towards bringing about a revolution in the impious lives of this world's misdirected civilization.
Isn't that amazing?
Whoa.
I'd like to talk more about this, but you know what? I think I got to stop now. Because it's I think it's just time to stop. But we'll continue on with that verse. It's so good. I want to save that for
Yeah. Text 11.
Yeah, text 11. Remember that, and we'll do this again. Yeah, so I'll end now a little bit. I'm gonna take a little rest. I feel a little tired now anyway. But it was good. 3.5 hours already. More than that. Gee, Liz. Can you believe that? It doesn't feel like. How do we do this for so long? Just interesting. It's interesting. See, the glories of the Lord as they're preached, as it is very interesting. You know, that's why people, if you can't really present them, you only want 1 hour max, you know, listening to the glory, you know, then, okay, let's go for prasadam. But, you know, here it's, you know, it's wonderful to glorify and understand the spotless glories of the Lord. It's amazing. So thank you very much, everybody, for coming, and we'll end it here for a little bit. Thanks, Tom. Did good.
Thank you.
Yeah.
My pleasure.
Yeah.